was a California August in '82 when my mother gave birth to the Spam Tech crew. 13 years later had me looking at Linux. Programming made me stronger like Papa the Spinach. Now, people know that a DG carry weapons, but if that weapon is a nest you step in, we finish Contra with only one life. Finish Metal Gear 2 using only a knife, right? People might think that we're frontin', then they see all the noobs online that I'm putting. My rhymes flow just like my code, even though my source is owned by SCO. What about my Indian? I keep it low. See me on Gunbound, call me pro. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. No. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I said my heart's wide open, goatsy, and my windows min like Ho Chi. I'm just another nerd, but I rap about it. Shit talk on the net, then I laugh about it. I've been caught slipping like the Star Wars kid when I'm on eBay sniping a bid. Catch me on a webcam like Numa Numa. See me at the club and I'm rocking Puma. Another net legend if you see me yodel. Spit a little something that's anecdotal. Tell me about the time the E-Bombs world stole your chop like I stole your girl. Catch me on Gen May, not something awful. Low tax would ban me, raffle. I'm a certified legend, but I'm still your bro. This is a PSA, boy, the more you know. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spams. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spam. I'm a legend everywhere that I go, every distro, every Craigslist hoe pumping they fist, yo. Can't get enough of Whitey Crackers jams, and they can't get enough of Whitey Crackers spams, yeah.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD, and I am joined by the greatest, the best in the world, none other than CM Saunders, who has his mic muted. There we go.
Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you now.
That wasn't my doing. How are we doing?
We're doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay, yeah. Just having a chilled, quiet week, same as you, Tony.
I'm always chill.
With no incident.
No incidents whatsoever. It's only Tuesday. How could there be any incidents?
Yeah, give it time.
I took off yesterday. I didn't have the energy to stream. What's up, DL? He's come to save us because me and Finbar, wow, we
don't know nothing.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about this modern wrestling.
Oh, well, good thing I stopped by.
It is fantastic. Last week, JM De Los Santos, he says, "Hey Tony, I want you to take a look at this this match. It's a cinematic match. It's the deletion, like director's cut, the firm deletion at the Hardy compound. Director's cut. He says, watch this. Tell me your thoughts." And oh my God, that was the most boring, stupid, and insanely idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. It was the worst 20 minutes that I'll never get back.
I mean, I thought it was fine. I'm not the biggest fan of cinematic matches in general, but I knew what I was going to get with the Hardy compound. You know, if you've watched Broken Matt Hardy over the past few years, you know what you're going to get.
I haven't. Remember, I'm just getting back into wrestling.
Oh, sorry. Well, for those of you out there that are watching, you know what you're gonna get. But are you a fan of cinematic matches in general?
This is the first that I watched.
Oh, so you haven't seen the match with Undertaker and AJ Styles at WrestleMania or
I saw that during the pandemic. Yeah,
yeah.
I watched that one back, and I think there was another one. John Cena and Bray Wyatt was another cinematic one.
Yeah, that was the other one too.
That was quite interesting. It wasn't a wrestling match; it was like a promo, but it was good.
Right. But yeah,
This one had at one point they were shooting fireworks at each other.
yeah, yep, yeah. That's some backyard wrestling shit, right?
This was this week's Dynamite, right?
No, this was.
It was on Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah.
Well, I've vowed never to watch AEW again. So, in fact, I might because I hear CM Punk's coming back. So I have to watch it, don't I? Because
Well, you have to watch it because next week Wednesday, Tony Khan has promised us a big, huge. It's the biggest ever announcement in Tony Khan's announcement history.
Is he buying another wrestling promotion? Is he?
And he's gonna announce Collision. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, there's crazy antics like the fireworks and the fight in the backyard, and they have their own little wrestling gym in the back, whatever, getting weapons and whatnot. Like, as far as like the, it give major backyard wrestling vibes, which I don't know, that probably rub some people the wrong way, but I thought it was fine. It not the best cinematic match I've ever seen. I think that will have to go to the Elite versus JAS in the Stadium Stampede match. That was actually pretty entertaining. But yeah, this was fine. It was whatever. I hope we'll fully commit to the broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero gimmick, because I really want to bring that back. I haven't really fully liked it since they did it in Impact, so hopefully they'll bring that back again. I'm not sure, because Matt Hardy likes to like switch up his gimmicks like it's a personality disorder. So I don't know what they're trying to do with them, to be honest, but it'll be a nice change of pace at least.
Yeah. So I watched this thing and I was thinking, wrestling used to mean something, right? I understand it's not a real sport. It's not real, right? But there's rules. There's rules to the universe in which wrestling exists, right? And this just throws them all out the window and goes, hey, we're just going to do whatever we want. And it's like we said last time, right? Imagine if you're watching The Avengers and some guy, Mark Ruffalo, just came out painted green going, Hulk smash. You'd be like, what the hell is this? What does it matter? It's fake. I don't need CGI. You're like, Mark, no, just what the fuck are you doing? Right? It'd be ridiculous. And that's what this cinematic match was for me. Just ridiculous. It's like, we know it's fake, so we're just gonna start doing a bunch of stuff because fuck it, why not?
So are you, as far as them, like, is this about the supernatural aspect, or is this about believing that believe how believable they are fighting in his backyard, or what is it about it that you didn't like?
The totality of it all, the supernatural stuff. The at one point he's on top of like container things. Everyone's there like, come on, jump on us, we're gonna catch you. Like I said, they're shooting fireworks at each other. It was just silliness.
I knew you'd come.
I mean, we watched them pull up. It's like a movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm even though like I didn't hate it. Like this is why I'm not the biggest fan of cinematic matches, because it blurs the lines between what about reality and like made up stuff in wrestling. Like this really like breaks the kayfabe, I guess, whatever.
No, this doesn't break the kayfabe. This digs kayfabe up and then fucks the corpus of kayfabe. Okay.
Yeah, but at this point, I can't really be mad at it, because like be mad at the person that broke kayfabe like the first time. Like you should blame it on them. Ever since then, the the rules of what's real and what's not in wrestling has always been messed up, and they never recover from that. Never.
Yeah, the gig is up. Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
mean-
like at this point, since people know about it, have fun with it, I guess, at least. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I don't know. I don't know, man. It would have been better if they just had like a regular like street fight in the arena at least. Like maybe maybe it would be like more believable, I guess, instead of them just doing a cinematic match. But like again, I think this was Matt Hardy's idea, doing this broken gimmick again, which is it going to go anywhere? Or are you going to keep switching back to regular Matt Hardy and then Matt Hardy version 1 and then broken Matt Hardy again and then Matt Hardy version 1 again and then Hardy Boys Matt Hardy? Like, what are you doing, Matt? I don't.
Wasn't the talk about him retiring recently as well? Did he not say he was going to retire, Matt Hardy?
Did he? I don't know. I think I've heard him mention that, but I don't know.
I think I read about it quite a while back. I don't know how long it was exactly, but I remember reading something along the lines of his spine has started to fuse together in certain points because of the leg drop that he's been doing.
Not him too. Him and Randy having the similar fusion issues. Well, I believe it.
I mean, but he jumps off the top rope and lands on his ass. So
yeah,
he does that. He was doing that night in, night out for years. So it's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
Is that what the issue with Randy Orton as well? Has he got?
I mean, Randy Orton's doing the RKO for decades now. I'm sure with him he's landing like either on his ass or like right on his lower back. So doing that a whole bunch of times, that'll probably cause an effect for sure. So there's conflicting reports to whether Randy's even going to come back because of how serious the injury is.
Damn. All right.
So I don't know. With that'd be very disappointing though. That'd be very sad because I wanted to at least see him do a feud with Cody, but I don't know if we'll get it. But
Jam De Los Santos says, "Get away, Tony! You sound like Jim Cornette." I do. We said this last week. We're like, I feel like Cornette. I feel.
Oh yeah, you're feeling very Jim Cornette right now. But
we need E-Tep to do a real Jim Cornette.
Yeah. Dude, if these two were on a podcast together, it would be fire.
Which two?
You and Jim Cornette.
Oh.
Just did a podcast together complaining about how wrestling is today.
It is like I said. There's a world, right? Wrestling exists in this world. I know it's fake. I know it's not real. Wins and losses don't matter. But there's certain rules, right? Like in baseball, you don't see like the Cardinals are playing, say, the Cubs, right? And then all of a sudden, oh shit, some guy from the fucking Oakland comes out and smacks him, right? That doesn't happen because that's not within the world of baseball. But in wrestling, you can have, two guys wrestling and a guy come out from the back, smack him with a chair. He doesn't go to jail. He's not getting arrested. They're just going to have a match next week. We understand that. We accept that as the rules of the world, right? And then you start doing shit like, oh, look, 6 guys are standing around waiting for someone to jump on them. Oh, look, we're fucking shooting fireworks at each other. Like even the Undertaker's supernatural stuff was like pushing the line. I was like, it's really close. Mm-hmm. But they were real, like it was segmented, right? It was really like just a small little section. But now it just seems like everything is just like, we can do whatever we want. Orange Cassidy's gonna put his hands in his pockets. And we got women beating up men. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Like Ronda Rousey was on this week, and I thought she was supposed to be like a legitimate like competitor, MMA, and legitimate threat, and she's like sneak attacking people. I'm like, what the hell is her and Shayna Baszler? Like,
yeah, that the stuff they're doing with Ronda now. I'm not gonna spew words with you. It's trash now. It's trash. When she started out, she actually looked like a legitimate threat to the women's division, but like I think ever since WrestleMania 35 in that triple threat match with Becky and Charlotte, ever since she lost the belt, she never was the same. It felt like she started to care less and less and less.
This one main evented, right?
Yeah.
That WrestleMania, they botched the finish as well, didn't they? Is that right?
I think so. Cause didn't Becky just do like a pin up or
It was
something?
a roll up or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like she didn't have her shoulders clean on the mat either, or something like that. I remember seeing the clip of it, and it was a fucking terrible finish.
Yeah, it was not good. And they did not recover from that, unfortunately. But
so is she being underutilized, or is she just not being utilized right, or what's the story with her?
It's a mixture of both, actually. Because like at first they were conflicted if they wanted to still keep her a babyface. So they tried to keep her in babyface for a little bit, and like apparently she wasn't getting as over as she was, and the way she was being booked wasn't very good either. And like they didn't want to do the rematch with Becky Lynch one-on-one for some reason. They kept her apart from Becky, which also affected her as well. And then,
but you could keep them apart. You can keep two wrestlers apart and still have a hot feud.
True.
If you book it correctly.
If you book it correctly, but that is the problem. But since that bullshit finish at WrestleMania, like Ronda should be like out for blood, right? That's like the natural reaction, with her being the monster that she was, right? She would instantly go after
think
Becky.
So.
But no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, what's the point of that? She did just Becky and Charlotte's gonna feud again. I'm like, we've seen them fight how many times now? We don't need that again.
I haven't seen them fight at all, so it would be new for me.
Yeah, they wrestled like 3 or 4 times. Like,
well, that's what happens when you have like 6 people in the division that actually are worth a damn, right?
6 women.
Yeah, that's already a problem. Like, there's not enough women to split the rosters up. I would have them be in one show, but I don't know how they would be able to utilize that correctly.
They should have them on both shows, but have one roster. Like the women's division goes.
So have the championship
it's just a women's division. Like we'll wrestle sometimes on Raw and sometimes the women wrestle on SmackDown, but it's all one division.
It's like the championship will float between the brands.
Yeah, okay. Like the wrestlers will float between the brands because it's just women, right? They're just the women's wrestlers.
Yeah. Though you know how WWE is with their equality with the men and the women. They want the women to have almost as much championships as the men, which makes no sense to me at all.
Well, the amount of championships already makes no sense.
No. Like that women's tag team title needs to go. One of the women's championships. I don't care if it's Raw, SmackDown. There's Raw women's champion, SmackDown women's champion. No. There should be one women's champion.
Yeah, and they're both on the opposite brand to each other as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Why have they not switched the titles yet? Why is the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown and the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Who knows?
Because Vince is booking it, right? That's why.
God, I always blame Vince when there's a problem, right?
I mean, I'm not. Now Triple H is not perfect, not at all. But like, I can't help but feel like Vince is having his hands in the cookie jar more. It's really making me nervous. And I'm also really nervous about how they're going to handle the World Heavyweight Championship. That's another thing.
We were talking just before the show, and I had an idea, but I don't think it's going to happen. Finbar was like, "No, that's."
I am disavowing this idea before Tony says it.
It's not an idea. It's just a thought I had.
Yeah, he's trying to downplay it now because it was terrible.
Well, I was saying because there seems to be no point in having the SmackDown competitor, right? If everybody's just like, well, the Raw competitor is going to win, right? So it seems like stupid to even have the SmackDown competitor compete for the world title, unless they're going to do the out of left field AJ Styles wins it.
Yeah, like it never made sense for them to incorporate the SmackDown wrestlers in this tournament. You have enough Raw superstars to fill a tournament.
No, that's fine, right, DL? It's fine to incorporate them into this tournament, but explain what's going to happen if one of them win it. That's all I wanted to hear, and I don't think they've ever explained it yet. So AJ Styles goes to, what's the pay-per-view called? Night of Champions.
Night of Champions, yeah.
He goes to the pay-per-view and he wins it. What happens to AJ Styles and what happens to that title? Does it stay on SmackDown with AJ or does he go to Raw? They haven't even said what would happen. So they're basically telegraphing the finish. Seth Rollins wins that title.
That's why I said, what if AJ Styles wins it, and then you have a couple of weeks of, oh my God, does AJ Styles go to Raw or whatever, or he doesn't, and that gives more opportunity for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to be the focus and really hammer home the tag team division on Raw. Because you didn't watch Raw this week, right, Finbar?
No.
Well,
because they had the focus on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, the Imperium. That was the other
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day, yeah. So it seems like they want to focus on the tag teams and stuff. And then you got, I hope not. I hope fucking Kevin Owens and them don't lose to Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns and Solo. I'm like, God. But okay, but that wouldn't make any sense either. Like, I understand what you're saying with the tag team division, but that wouldn't make any sense because they already established from the beginning that the World Heavyweight Championship is supposed to be exclusive to Monday Night Raw. The only reason that World Heavyweight Championship is even created is because Roman Reigns doesn't compete for his titles enough, and they want a champion that's going to defend a lot more times on the shows and the pay-per-views. So that completely diminishes their reason if they just keep AJ Styles on SmackDown with the.
But I don't think they're going to keep. I think, like I said, they'll have him win it, and they'll tease it for a couple of weeks. Like, oh my God, does this mean that AJ Styles stays? And then they'll do some bullshit thing where AJ Styles leaves and goes to Raw, but then we got to send somebody from Raw over to make it up for the fact that we moved over AJ Styles.
No, but
so it does eventually come over.
But why would they not explain those rules?
They should explain that from the get-go.
Because it's going to be a big, it's going to be that swerve. Like, everybody's going into it thinking, well, of course Seth Rollins is going to win. He's the Raw guy, right? It's the Raw title.
But in kayfabe, Tony, in kayfabe, like the commentators and stuff.
There's no fucking kayfabe. It's just established.
Okay. Wait. Do you want kayfabe or you don't want kayfabe?
I want kayfabe, but I'm saying they don't have it, and this is what I feel like they're going to do because there is no kayfabe.
And this is the type of stuff that insults our intelligence because, like you establish certain rules at the beginning.
Then they should have never had any SmackDown competitors compete, or they should have, like Finbar said at the very beginning, he said, if they compete and win, then they're going to be automatically sent over to Raw. Yeah.
They should have done one of those two things, and they didn't do either of them, and I don't understand it. There is 6 people that you could put into the main event scene in Raw, right? There must be.
Well, they didn't even have to do triple threat matches. They could have did fucking singles matches. There was no need for triple threat matches in order to
it's do the not tournament. Even an actual tournament.
Yeah, it was like two triple threat matches, a singles match, and then that's it. That was the
Vince doesn't like tournaments, does he? So that's why it's like this.
They need to bring back the Crockett Cup for the tag team titles.
I mean, it'll be something. One other thing I've heard recently, I didn't even know this, that Seth Rollins was going to be in the new Captain America movie, New World Order. Yeah. So he was busy filming that, and so now I'm hearing rumblings that, we're not sure if we want to put the title on Seth because he's putting his foot in Hollywood. But
he's going to be filming that for a week. Like he'll be away a week, and then.
What's he playing?
He'll have a Batroc. He's going to be in the Serpent Society. He'll have a Batroc size role, and then he'll be out of it. I think.
I mean, that's cool. Now I'm looking more forward to New World Order.
Well, but, who's he? Which one is he playing? Because
I have no idea. I just heard that he's in the movie.
yeah, I know. I thought maybe there was more to it because.
Yeah.
If he's playing I'm trying to think of which.
There was a picture of him in costume, but it's not obvious which one he is just from the photo.
Let me look that up real quick.
It's on Twitter somewhere.
I'll find it.
The new I know we're not talking about Marvel, but the new Cap costume looks crap. I don't know why they don't just stick with the one they've got.
Yeah, they always got
but a slightly less baggy version of it.
It doesn't even look like a costume. It just looks like he's wearing like a black jacket.
Give all the belts to Roman. Tag team belts Intercon, US Women's.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, why not?
he
You can
deserves them.
wrestle. You can wrestle in the women's division. He's allowed.
He identifies as a female wrestler.
Just for that night, yeah.
So,
Oh boy.
AEW Dynamite. Did you watch it, DL? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a good episode this past week. It actually they're setting up some stuff for Tony Khan's big announcement when Miro and Thunder Rosa came back. I was like, oh god, yeah, they're back. Yes, finally. Oh my gosh. So, and then hearing that, when Tony Khan's talking about there's so much talent that we have that hasn't been properly utilized, I'm like, oh, yep, that means they're gonna announce Collision. Which I think is a good idea because AEW has so many wrestlers that they're not properly utilizing, or we barely see them. They like resort them to either Dark or ROH. So I think it'll be good to have another show. I don't know if this is going to be a hard brand split. There have been rumors going back and forth whether it is going to be or not. But,
Well, do you think, DL, with it being called Collision, they're maybe going to have like a half ROH, half AEW show?
I hope not, because we're gonna be real. Nobody cares about ROH.
But they are featured prominently on the show. I
They
noticed
are.
that from watching it last week. They were a lot like you had Claudio Castagnoli there.
They were featured very heavily on this show too. They actually had
okay.
The opening match was between Claudio Castagnoli and Rey Fenix. The winner would get a title shot at the loser's belt, whether it be the ROH tag titles or the ROH heavyweight. Claudio won, so he gets a shot at the ROH tag titles.
See, this is the thing. So
okay.
ROH, like the wrestling, is always going to be great on ROH. So that's something you never have to worry about. But there is no story in ROH at all, none. So it's really hard for them to make us care about what's going on in ROH, because like they either just do these one-off matches without any build-up whatsoever, and also the fact that the only way for people to watch ROH is to get Honor Club, and barely anybody's getting Honor Club. So if they're going to push ROH, they have to make it easier for people to watch and actually give the wrestlers on their storylines for people to be invested.
Why don't they just turn ROH into their NXT?
They could, but apparently they don't really care to do that.
Because let's be honest, right? Is ROH on the same level as AEW? I know AEW is still new, right? But it's still considered like the big leagues, whereas ROH is still considered like the AAA division of wrestling, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely could make it their NXT. I don't know if they want to be that on the nose compared to WWE, but why not? But as I said, like they have to do some changes to ROH if they're going to do that. They have to make it easier for people to watch weekly, and then they have to start making storylines for them. They can't just rely on having great wrestling matches, which is a shame because like there's some really good wrestlers on ROH, like I forget Amber Moon's AEW name. And Claudio and Jericho's kind of on there sometimes. I don't know why.
Claudio's fantastic, and I never understood how they dropped the ball in WWE with him.
I know, like he's one of the greatest wrestlers they have there, and they didn't properly book him for some reason. I don't understand it. That was their mistake.
There's a lot of people that I don't understand. I know at one point wasn't Baron Corbin like they were kind of big on him.
Yeah, but none of his gimmicks really gotten over outside of the lone wolf thing. Like none of the other gimmicks worked.
Well, that's not necessarily a Baron Corbin problem. Again, that's booking, right? But all I know is that, like, at one point they were kind of big on him, and then this week he gets defeated in literally like 3 seconds. Fucking Cameron Grimes comes in, jumps on him, and then that's the end of Baron Corbin.
Ember Moon is Athena. I just looked it up.
Athena, yeah, thank you. Yeah, Athena. Eddie Kingston's there now.
Oh, I hate that guy.
The Lucha Brothers. You don't like Eddie Kingston?
No,
I like Eddie Kingston. He's great.
Was he the guy that E-Tep said he hated?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Lucha Brothers on there. So it's like you have some talent down there, but it's like you got to give them more to do. I don't know why WB Discovery and AEW is not trying to figure out a deal to like do something with them as far as like a TV deal or something with their streaming service or something, because that seems to be what they're going to do for Dynamite or Collision with or something. So I don't know why they didn't talk about ROH being in those conversations. But
yeah, do you know this answer, Deal? What's wrong with Roman? Why is he a part-timer now?
Oh, well, that's just his decision. He renegotiated his contract like a while ago for him to be a part-timer. I think probably for family.
Big time. He's big time now. Plus, he had health problems, didn't he? He had leukemia. He had leukemia.
Yeah, so maybe he's taking time off to make sure the leukemia is still down, and then family stuff, and then
he can't even beat leukemia, and he's going to hold the title. What kind of champion is that?
He beat leukemia a couple of times. So
if he dies of leukemia, does the title switch over to leukemia?
Wow. Okay. And I think he's also interested in Hollywood stuff too, so he might be slowly.
No, it's not just a vacant.
Vacant is the hottest champion in all of wrestling. So many titles.
Yeah, the most decorated champion.
Yeah, like Roman's like the biggest star they have there, so he can negotiate power now to a certain extent.
Which makes no sense because again, it seemed like at one point Vince McMahon had stopped kowtowing to stars. Like he was just like, "Well, I'm the only game in town, so fuck it. Like you want to leave, go ahead. I don't care." And then all of a sudden, like Roman comes along, he's like, "Oh my god, Roman puts it down on me so good." He gets whatever he wants.
That's the thing. He was so obsessed with Roman. He still is.
He's fucking him, isn't he?
I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked.
Lawsuit incoming.
Respect the bloodline, baby. But yeah, man, it really annoys me too because it's the same shit that I was complaining with Brock Lesnar when he was the champion because he barely wrestled except on pay-per-views, and we need like champions to be present like weekly. They don't even have to wrestle every week, but we need to actually have
be on TV. They got to show up.
56K says you need to have some pictures on screen next week. Next week I'm gonna have it. I was gonna have it this week, but then some shit came up and I got busy. But next week for sure, I'm gonna have screenshots from the matches for the people we're talking about.
Yep. In the meantime, use your imagination.
Because I don't know who's who. We barely know who's who. That's the problem.
Oh, good. You're on the same boat as us.
Yep. So I guess I'm the only one that actually understands who is who and where is where. But yeah, man. So I'm hoping with this whoever's going to be world heavyweight champion that they'll actually be
Seth Rollins
more present. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Seth. Like I won't be mad if it's AJ, but it's just like I'm pretty sure
it's not going to be AJ for the same reason. Like I'm not saying not Roman's age, right? But not just the fact that he's on not just the fact that he's on SmackDown, but he's also I think he's 43. Or maybe even older than that now. So he's going to end up, if he wins the World Championship, he's going to be on a part-time schedule anyway, just because of his age.
Oh, these guys are wusses. Hulk Hogan was wrestling well into his 60s. Ric Flair, he's pretty much...
Yeah, did you do the quotation marks when you said Hulk Hogan was wrestling?
Yeah, like, not
okay, so Styles jumps off the top rope as one of his finishers. It's not like...
Yeah,
it's not like a leg drop.
Like, really, like...
To be fair,
wrestling.
If you've actually watched a Hulk Hogan match from Japan, Hulk Hogan could wrestle. He actually was trained by Hiro Masuda. He wrestled very well, very good. The Japanese audience is obviously not going to buy it if he's just doing the same shoes in WWF. That was all Vince. Vince just was like, no, we're just going to do this like 3 moves and you pose for the crowd and But he actually can wrestle.
That's all you needed. I don't care about all the Japan stuff. I know he could. I know he did some. He wasn't there long, was he? But the best reaction I've ever seen him getting was at WrestleMania 18 when he fought The Rock.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's the best reaction I've ever seen for Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't have to do anything.
I think he had a bigger reaction when he slammed Andre.
I don't know about that, Tony. I don't think so.
Didn't they sell out the Silverdome on that one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Quote unquote sold
quote
out.
unquote. But
that
yeah,
was like one of the biggest audiences in wrestling history, right?
I still think it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was louder. I think
like 90,000, right? 90,000.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, those two are like probably the biggest reactions he ever had. Yes.
You know what's funny about that?
What?
When he slams Andre at WrestleMania, right? It's a huge pomp. Everyone's going nuts. But actually, like I'm gonna say, like 3 or 4 years earlier, Hulk Hogan actually slammed Andre the Giant in like a nothing match, like a little like not a house show, but like a little TV match. But this was back when Hulk Hogan was a heel and Andre was a good guy.
It's the mega powers, man. Hulkamania. That's the power of Hulkamania.
There's like 5 people in history that slammed Andre the Giant.
but they struck that first slam from the record like they did to Benoit.
Yeah. Because what's his name? Harley Race slammed Andre the Giant. A Mexican luchador. As funny as it is, slammed Andre the
A
Giant.
Mexican luchador.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
Now it wasn't. They're not all like 5 foot nothing, right?
Yeah, 5'6".
I mean, some luchadors are actually pretty big. They're like 6 foot. They're like me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are actually. I just don't know off the top of my head. Shoot.
Let's see. Butcher Vachon did it at AWA in Soldier Field here in Chicago. Ricky Choshin slammed him in 1984 at the IWGP League. Strong Kobayashi, IWE 1972 in Japan. Antonio Inoki, of course, because he slams everybody. He's fucking Stan Hansen. The Wild Samoans in UWF. Harley Race at a house show in Houston. That's how hardcore Harley Race was. Just fucking slammed him at a house show. Kamala in the Mid-South. He slammed Andre. Hulk Hogan, obviously, at Shea Stadium in 1980. And also, apparently, the Ultimate Warrior did it on a house show, too.
Yeah, but did any of them do it like a gorilla press over their head like Hogan did at WrestleMania?
Well,
3?
Hogan didn't even do like a gorilla press.
That's what he says.
WrestleMania.
That was not a gorilla press.
That's what he says. He lifted them over our heads, brother. That's what he said.
Now listen to what they say, see what they do.
No, but what's his name? Strong Kobayashi does it like all the way over, and Stan Hansen and Harley Race both go all the way over. I mean, they're big dudes, so.
Yeah, but they didn't do that to Andre, did they?
Yeah, Kamala did it. He's a big dude too. He slammed him all the way over.
Did he?
Yeah.
These are the kind of videos we need to line up. Things like this.
I mean, there's a lot of people. Like I said, they always built it like, oh my God, nobody slammed him. He's like, can never be taken off his feet.
Hogan barely even got him up off the ground. It was like a really
like
half-hearted skip slam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wasn't Hogan's fault. I think it was more Andre's fault because Andre was
too fat.
Too fat, kind of immobile at the time. And Hogan even says, and it's hard to whether you believe Hogan or not, because he's always talking about his ass. But Hogan's like, yeah, brother, if Andre didn't want to be slammed, he wasn't gonna let me. And that's why I knew when I lifted him, I prayed, brother, and I said, please, Andre, let's do it, brother. And he did.
Great.
What's the subject? The subject is
Wrestling,
Hulk Hogan
man.
slamming Andre the Giant. James.
Subject is wrestling.
Wrestling. And think about it. Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. We're talking about that all these years later because it was so much more exciting than anything that's happened in the last week in wrestling. Food for thought.
I mean, that's a WrestleMania, though. That's kind of unfair.
Well, let's go over real quick. We'll go over Dynamite. This was May 10th. May 10th Dynamite. Like I said, it opened up with Claudio versus Ray Phoenix. It was a decent match.
Good to see Ray Phoenix on Dynamite again.
I'm not really familiar with Ray Phoenix.
Does he not get a shot on Dynamite much? Is he always on that Ring of Honor show then, is he?
Yeah, they moved him and Pentagon Jr. on ROH.
These are the Lucha Bros, right? These guys.
Lucha Bros, yeah.
Right.
They made them the tag team champions. I'm like, why are you resorting them to ROH? They were two of the biggest acts in AEW. Why are you?
Was that other guy with him, the guy with the bull head?
Roosh.
I didn't watch it.
No, Roosh was never with them. They were with Andrade.
He was with them in that trios match last week. What title does he carry? You know,
Roosh. Roosh doesn't hold any title. I don't think.
There was a guy that came out with him last week. Sorry to derail the review here, Tony. There was a guy that came out with him last week for the trios match, and he had like a bull head on, and he took it off, but he was carrying a title around his waist, and they never identified him as a champion, and I don't know what belt it was he had.
Oh, it must have been a championship like outside of AEW and ROH. Maybe
one of you guys must know.
We're talking about
maybe it was a triple. Pac doesn't wear a bull mask.
Not Pac. No, that's Neville from
you must
WWE.
Be talking
right?
about...
No, he was another lucha. He was another Mexican guy, but he had like a bull head on, and then he took it off and wrestled with no mask.
You must be talking about Roosh. I don't know what champion he is. I didn't know. I forgot he won a championship, to be honest. But
There's so many championships.
I know, and like they bring in championships from other promotions for some reason.
Is that his name, you Super J? El Torito.
El Torito. Oh, what? Yeah,
not El Chorizo. El Torito.
Because this has been pissing me off for a bit.
I don't think it's El Torito because El Torito means little bull, and I don't think or Mantar. I think you Super J.
El Torito's a little guy.
Yeah.
No, it's not him, man.
Oh wait. Yeah, wait. I think I know. Wait, I know who you talk about. He was from I forgot. Was he in New Japan? Shit.
I'm not looking up no more of your suggestions, you Super J. You're a fucking troll.
Yeah, because he wrestled Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship the couple weeks before that. I forgot his name. Shit.
I'm just gonna go back to it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go back to Dynamite last week.
Yeah.
Carry on, Tony.
No, now I want to know.
I'll find it and interrupt you. Now, if you carry on, I'll interrupt you and tell you.
I'm invested in
Dynamite.
Who the hell are you talking about?
So you remember, DL? Did you watch Dynamite last week?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Do you remember the trios match?
I do remember the trios. I do remember the trios match. I did not see I didn't watch their entrances, so I didn't know if I didn't know what championship he was holding. But I know who you're talking about.
I've got it up. So, Tres de Mayo Trios Battle Royal, and it doesn't tell you who was in it. It doesn't tell you who was in it.
Well, there's a bunch of people in it in a battle royal.
I'm gonna find it. Carry on, Tony. I'll interrupt.
It's L. It's L. El Hijo del Vikingo.
Right.
What?
Is that El Hijo del Vikingo?
El Hijo del what? Vikingo.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He is the AAA Mega Champion.
Yeah, I knew it was someone from AAA.
Right. What the fuck is the AAA Mega Champion, and why is it on AEW TV?
Because they let certain wrestlers wrestle in other promotions outside of AEW and ROH for some reason.
Right. Okay.
So sometimes he wrestles. Yeah, just
Yes, I've clicked on it. It's a hexagonal shaped gold championship belt. That's what he was wearing. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
mystery solved.
There we go. So yeah, there's certain wrestlers.
Why'd you? That's the son of the Viking. That's what you were trying to pronounce. El Hijo is the son. Del Vikingo is the Viking.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I butchered his name so badly. Apologize.
You know,
But-
it happens. I can barely pronounce Spanish as it is.
So they not only have AEW belts, Ring of Honor belts, they also have
Guys,
AAA
stop.
belts,
Let him pronounce it again, please.
and they also have New Japan belts showing up on this show as well from time to
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And
You Super J says that was the widest pronunciation of that name ever, which is funny because DL is not white.
Yeah, I am black.
it was the blackest pronunciation then.
No, you don't want to hear the black pronunciation.
No, go on then.
No. We
No.
realize.
You can do it.
We
You're
are
the black
not
man.
doing no more racial stereotypes.
It
today.
would be me that's not allowed to do a black pronunciation. You're fine.
James C says, sorry if it's off topic, but there's a highlights video of all the WWF superstars appearing on Gamester UK TV show from Megan.
Games Master. Good times.
Good times.
I never
Yeah.
watched that because I'm not from the UK. But either way, Claudio, he defeats Ray Phoenix. He gets a shot at the tag titles. No word on who his partner is going to be.
I think they said it was going to be
That's how half paying attention.
it was dang, I forget his name in the Black Full Combat Club. Not Moxley, not Danielson.
Wheeler, Utah.
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. Okay.
I learned about this guy last week.
Which that's kind of what they're doing the same thing with Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Why are you having the world champion competing for the tag titles? Like, come on now. Like
He's not really the world champion, though, is he? He's
the ROH champion.
yeah, it's not really a
ROH.
world.
You know what I'm talking. You know what I mean.
That's like having the NXT champion compete for the tag titles in the main roster, isn't it?
I mean, well, okay, well that's the ROH World Championship. That's what I'm talking about, and then they're competing for the ROH Tag Team titles.
Oh yeah,
They-
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
There did seem to be a
AEW
lot.
World Champion.
Yeah, there seemed to be a lot of tag team focus on wrestling this week, both in AEW and WWE. Because
Yeah.
right after Claudio wins this match and he gets the tag team belt, we had FTR come out, and they're going to be challenged by Jeff Jarrett, who I have no idea why he's still in wrestling,
I don't either.
and Jay Lethal, who I used to like.
Yeah,
I like him. He's cool.
I mean, I still like Jay Lethal, but I hate that they paired him with Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett should stop wrestling. Like, stop. He should not be competing for any titles at his age. Like, nobody
Well,
cares.
Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Jeff Jarrett.
So
Yeah, JEFF JARR
Ain't that great?
double T. Jeff Jarrett.
Ain't that great?
I swear, if Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal win those titles, I'm gonna be so mad.
How did Jeff Jarrett get away with scamming all those people with his gold?
I don't know.
What's this now?
He opened up his own company. What was it like?
He's a scammer.
Global- Yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
global
Global
wrestling.
Force Wrestling, yeah.
And then he was selling Global Force Gold. Invest in Global Force Gold. You give us money and we give you it was some weird cash for gold shit.
I don't know.
What the fuck is Global Force Wrestling?
That
Well,
was
after
the
he left Impact,
He founded Impact, right, with Jerry
Yeah.
Jarrett.
and then
Right.
they pushed him out.
They pushed him out of the company he made.
Yeah,
Who pushed him out?
Dixie Carter and him. Because he formed TNA with the father. It was him, Jerry Jarrett, and one other guy. They formed it. Then eventually it was going downhill, so they sold it to Panda Energy or something like that. They bought it, and then they put Dixie Carter in charge. Because she's the daughter, and it was oh, well, here you go. We need you to do something. Go run fucking Impact Wrestling. And then slowly he got pushed out eventually, and then he found it. He's well, I'm going to make my own with blackjack and hookers. Global Force Wrestling. It's going to be the biggest promotion ever. And then a week later, Global Force has now joined hands with TNA Impact. What?
Yeah, that made no sense.
So then at one point, wasn't it like Global Force wrestlers wrestling on Impact, and then
Yep, and then changing the titles.
Yeah.
Like, they look ugly as hell.
It was just stupid. It was just a. It was like
Global Force Wrestling belts with the Impact sticker plates was the greatest worst thing ever. What?
That was horrid.
They stuck
Absolutely horrid.
Global Force Wrestling sticker over the Impact title.
Yeah. It looked like it was the ugliest thing ever. They literally put these fucking Impact stickers right on over the plate where it says Global Force Wrestling on the belts. It looks so tacky.
I gotta Google it.
Yes, Google it. It's awful. It is so bad. Just make new titles. Yeah, so bad.
oh, it wasn't that
Impact
bad.
sticker.
I can literally tell. Tell they just. Yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, show it. Share your
They
screen.
put a fucking Impact
Yeah,
sticker.
yeah. Go ahead and share the screen.
I can't
People
share
gotta
it.
see this.
Tony will have to Google it. I can't share it. I'm at work.
Oh.
But it's got a picture of Eli Drake holding it up with a fucking sticker over it.
So bad.
Because I can see a picture of the Global Force belt. And then a picture of it with a sticker on it. Why did they do that? They used to be a really nice TNA world title.
Well,
Why did they?
Oh, they changed it because they changed their name to Impact, just Impact.
No, but I mean the title I'm talking about never really had any. It was one of them gold belts without any branding on it. You could have just changed the branding on it, and
Well, that's what they ended up
you know
doing.
what I mean?
After that, that's something they should have done in the first place.
Yeah, here it is. I will share my screen.
Right, because they didn't have the money for it, so they're like, "Here's an alternative until we can figure out what the design is." See, you see that? You see
That's it there.
that's so stupid.
Just slap a stake. They did. What's his name? With the flex tape. Don't worry. Pop.
Look at fucking Eli Drake's face.
He's
That
dead
color-
inside.
What have they done?
The color of that sticker doesn't even match the colors on the belt.
Yeah.
There's another picture of it. If you've Googled the same thing I have, Tony, there's another picture of it where you can see the sticker actually coming away from the belt. So you could get your finger under it and pull it off.
Lily, you can pull it off.
Yeah, okay, I got that one. Hold on.
But they didn't even change the side plates. The side plates have still got GFW on them.
Still got GFW on it.
That one he's holding, I think they've changed the side plates, but the one I'm seeing here with the sticker that's coming off of it looks like they haven't changed the side plates.
Oh no, the one that you're looking at, because you're only looking at the one side. On the one side it had the GFW, but on the other side it had Impact in a small little circle. But here, I'll put that screen up. Yeah, you could just like slip your finger right under that bad boy. And...
Oh my god, that's so bad. That is so bad. Oh my gosh.
GFW.
They're probably like don't fucking hit anybody in the face with the title, otherwise the big Impact sticker will be stuck to their head after you've hit them. Yeah, like you can see it coming away.
Oh my.
So the other side on the left hand plate there, you would have an Impact one, then
yeah. But the belt wasn't even that ugly, other than the
sticker.
obvious...
It was the sticker that made it ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I don't know how to feel about green on a, like having so much green on a title.
Isn't that expensive though? They're not that expensive, from my understanding, right? To just like
to make another belt.
Not even. They don't even have to make the belt. They just have to fucking take the faceplate off. They keep the belt and be like, hey, we just need another faceplate. But instead of stamping GFW on it, just put Impact on it, right?
Well, that the faceplate doesn't just come off from that. It's the whole piece. That's all one piece. So they have to like create another thing.
It's not one piece. It's two. It's the leather is separate from the metal. The metal is
what
like
he's talking about though.
Yeah.
It's expensive to make the plate though, right?
No, it shouldn't be. It's not like it's solid gold. It's fake.
I'm sure it costs thousands of dollars though.
I'm pretty sure the strap is cheaper than the faceplate.
Like our own wrestling belt. How much?
There's a guy, Jamie C will know in the chat there. There's a guy in Scotland that does good belt work. His name escapes me now. Paul Martin. That's his name. Paul Martin.
I mean, they have instructions on how to make your own. It says that the WWE belt it's about $25,000 to $30,000.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Which for a company that's supposed to be like fucking, it's run by Panda Energy, has like one of the biggest budgets around. I think 25,000 is a drop in the bucket, right?
I think they have the capability of like redesigning all the belts if they wanted to at one time, but they just decide not to.
Extreme D says wrestling companies pay a lot of money to get them belts made. I don't know. It sounds like it's more of a vanity thing. Like
25k per belt is a lot though. If you've got,
that's what I'm saying. I could whip that up. Give me a CNC machine. I can pop you a belt.
Yeah, but if you did that, it would snap in half. Like one night.
I can make a belt.
It would look like the fucking hardcore championship at the end of the night.
What they need to do is get rid of those two belts that Roman has and make one belt. Same thing with the tag team titles.
I think they will. I think the plan is they are going to do that when he drops it, right?
He's never dropping it. He's going to fucking die.
Because if you look on WWE.com and look at the roster page, you can see they've amalgamated his title. He's still carrying two belts, but it doesn't show him as the WWE champion and the Universal champion anymore. It shows him as the undisputed Universal champion to make way for the World Heavyweight champion, obviously.
Okay, well, we should not be running around with three belts.
but when he drops it, they will amalgamate it in one belt. He'll drop it at WrestleMania 40 to Cody, and Cody will bring back the Winged Eagle. That's what will happen.
Oh my God, we
have
to wait that long? Goodness.
That's the story, though, isn't it? That's the story they're telling.
I don't want the Winged Eagle back.
I do.
It doesn't have to be the Winged Eagle; just look good.
I want the one after the Winged Eagle, the big eagle. I want that one, the more circular one.
JM Del Santos says, "Why can't WWE come up with good designs for their WWE and Universal belts? They have billions at their disposal."
Yeah,
because Vince thinks those are good. Those are like Vince's like, yeah, that looks good.
Vince wants
like that.
Vince wants the logo as big as possible on every fucking belt.
Goddamn thing.
I want the belt shaped like the WWE logo. Vince, it's got to go around. Make it just a giant W.
Jesus. Now I think the WWE Championship is okay, but once they started coloring the leather strap, I'm like, no, this looks terrible. Awful.
No, it was never okay. The big W has never been okay.
Didn't the Intercontinental, the IC title, didn't that used to have like a white strap at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have kept that to like differentiate the two.
They brought that back. Cody Rhodes brought that back at one point in his last run.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that again.
Yeah. Yeah, he brought back.
That's because he's also talked about bringing back the Winged Eagle if he won the world title.
I hope it's the updated Winged Eagle.
Yeah, it will be. It'll have a big, huge fucking WWE logo in the middle of it.
Yep, you know it.
It'll be a W with wings.
I can't.
Here's the thing: if Cody wins the title, right, I don't think he should bring back the Winged Eagle. I think he should bring back the JCP style belt in honor of his father. Like, here you go. I'm gonna wear the same belt that my dad wore back when he was champion for NWA.
JCP title.
Yeah, Jim Crockett.
I'm trying to look up a picture.
I don't remember this either.
Ew, that looks ugly. No. No.
Gotta honor your father.
Which one?
He's honoring his father by winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Because the championship that his father never
but
won.
That's what I'm saying. His father never held it. So if you pull out like this is the belt you held, and I'm gonna win the title you never won, but wear the belt that you wore.
Why would he bring that back?
I thought his dad held the NWA title.
Oh yeah, he held that too.
Like nobody.
But the NWA was the JCP heavyweight title. Because JCP was the main NWA affiliate company.
So what does the world title look like? I can't see it.
It's more like
Can't see it.
squarish.
It's so ugly.
Hey, hold on. It's small. It's more like a boxing title than a. Hold on.
Yeah, can't
bring
wait
it
for
up.
y'all to see it. Half of y'all probably didn't even know what he was talking about, too.
This one?
That's the NWA title.
Yeah, and that's the one that he held in JCP. Like I said,
Oh,
that was the main title. That was the
Yeah, but how can he bring that back? It's not a WWE title.
Yeah.
because you could just bring it back in the style, right? It's not gonna, obviously it's not going to say NWA on it.
He's
That's the
already
only
held,
thing.
so he's already held this. He
They
wrestled
should
for
bring
it.
back the giant boots. See, you Super J is right with me.
He
Bring back
wrestled for this already. He wrestled for it.
But they don't have that title. They don't have that.
No, they
belt
did.
anymore.
They had, so NWA still used that title,
Yeah, they did.
and he
Did they?
wrestled for it against Nick Aldis. One of the it wasn't AEW. It was before AEW. They did a show, and he
thought they
wrestled
got
for
rid
it
of
and
that
won
one.
it. Yeah, he won it. He won it. The chat will confirm he has won this title before.
He has won the title. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it.
He held it for a bit and then lost it to the same guy.
I could have swore they changed the title because.
Well,
the
they've
whole
probably
WCW
updated it.
thing.
It's probably had a slight update, but it's still the basic, still the same basic shape. It won't be the exact same belt they've been carrying around for the last 40 years. It'll be an updated version of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That belt is ugly. I'm sorry
But
for y'all.
the
that like-
NWA, so you think the NWA World Heavyweight title was a horrible belt, DL?
Okay, here's hot take for people. No, I don't like I don't like the belt. I don't like how it looks.
It's a classic.
Well,
man.
I don't
to me, the worst belt design of all time, hands down, was the X
Spinner.
Division title. No, the X Division title that had the big X.
Yeah,
in the
that
middle.
was well. It's between that and the 24/7 championship. Like
No, but they're just like lower tier belts. But for a world title, the Spinner was the worst. That John Cena one,
the what?
the John Cena Spinner.
The John Cena spinner.
The John C. spin. I mean, that was dumb, but that's not. I don't think it
But
was.
for a world title, did you see Triple H with it on, where it round his waist?
I mean,
It was
It
dumb
looked
because
stupid.
it's like it was.
wait, are we talking about
custom
the
for
U.S.
John
title or
Cena
the
and then-
WWE one?
No, we're talking about the WWE title, the one that with the center plate that span.
Okay. I mean, if it didn't have the stupid champ thing on it, I think it would have worked. And if it didn't spin, I think it stopped spinning after a while. But like that stupid champ at the bottom under the WWE, that was dumb. So it's like, yeah.
No, but do you remember the one that replaced it? That replaced the one before it, the undisputed.
Oh
title.
yeah, that was okay.
That was miles better than that, and they should have brought that back as soon as he lost it, because it was like a custom belt for him, but he lost it, and like you had Triple H running around with it. And can you imagine the Undertaker with that thing?
With the spinner belt.
Yeah, can you imagine
I mean,
him walking down to the ring slowly and the fucking thing spinning around?
well, they made it stop spinning after a while, though.
Then get rid of it. Get rid of the belt completely. It was
Disable the
horrible.
spin.
Like I said,
Disable it, yeah.
I mean, look, I get why people hate it, but like I think it was better when the plate just stood still, and if they got rid of the champ thing at the bottom, I think it would have been fine. But yes, championship should not spin. It's not a toy. Stop it. Like I'm glad they stopped that.
But they're all toys. They're all just little. What do they call them?
I should not be reminded that it's a toy. It should look prestigious to an extent, you know. Something like Big Gold or the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
I was just gonna say the classic IWGP, the one that looked like a crown on top.
Yeah, that belt looked awesome. I mean,
This
I
is
don't
what I
mind
would
the one
say.
they have now, but it's smaller. I don't know why.
The current IWGP belt is shit.
That's the one.
Not that one. The one after that. The
Is that
third
the
belt
women's
championship's
championship?
The best one.
Is that the women's championship?
Still
Yeah.
better looking than the WWE title.
Nah, it's horrible.
It's like a little crown.
I mean, for a women's championship, it's okay, but Yeah, the world title. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even love the new design that they have for the IWGP one. That one looks like a women's championship too. Got his wings on the side, and it's smaller than the previous one. I'm like, okay, what are y'all doing?
The new one is horrid. The current one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've lost the plot a little bit.
Yeah, we're still talking about AEW, right?
Yeah, so FTR and them came out and they're like, yeah, we're gonna fight Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal. We accept. Mark Briscoe accidentally gets smacked upside his head. You know, they're teasing that, and Briscoe is gonna be the special guest referee in the match.
Oh boy. Sorry, I could care less about this match. I really do. This is the only thing I don't like. I don't care about Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal as a tag team. We know FTR is going to win, and if they don't, people are going to riot.
Then obviously, earlier in the night, we had Miro busting in to Tony Khan's office, and then after this, we had Thunder Rosa busting in, and I'm like, wow, I don't care.
Oh, I do. I'm hyped, man. We need Miro back on television, bro, and Thunder Rosa. Like, this women division needs some spicing up. So I'm glad they're gonna bring her back. And Miro, he needs to come in and take that international championship from Orange Cassidy. I'm sorry, I love you, Orange Cassidy, but it's time to give it up. Miro, it's Miro's time.
Wow.
I don't love him.
I was just about to say, DL loves Orange Cassidy. Me and Finbar are very anti-Cassidy. Yeah, and funny enough, he's in the next match because it was Orange Cassidy versus Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, I know you're about to trash on the match, and I get it, but I thought it was great. It was a good match. It was really good. It's not big man versus tiny man. It's like they're both kind of similar in size, so it's more believable what they're doing in the ring. It's a little bit more technical. Orange doing his flashy thing. It's an acquired taste apparently, but I think it's great.
You mean putting his hands in his pockets? That's the acquired taste?
Yes, that's the acquired taste. You can go with it or you don't. I
don't.
That's fine. I do. But you can say what you want about Orange Cassidy, but like, he's making the International Championship like prestigious, man. He's defending it every.
Is he?
No, he is.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. Like, that's the third biggest belt of that entire division of the entire company. It's the International Championship. It's because of him. Like, it's bigger than the TNT title. The TNT title is a freaking joke.
Well, the TNT title, the international title, just in the name, sounds like it should be the number 2 belt.
Well, the only reason it's not because I guess I gotta count Jade Cargill as the TBS champion because she defends her title over 50 times. So it's like, I guess it's the second prestigious behind MJF technically.
Wait. So you're saying that the women's mid-card belt is more prestigious than the women's world belt?
Yeah, because Jamie Hayter, even though I like Jamie Hayter, but like she's not defending the title that much. She's not. I don't know why. I mean, they're too busy doing this feud with the Outsiders, but like, yeah, she hasn't been defending the title that much.
Scott Hall died.
Huh? What'd you say?
You said she's in a feud with the Outsiders. I said I thought Scott Hall died.
Oh no. The Paige, Tony Storm, and Ruby Riott is a faction now called the Outsiders.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well last week when they said that.
Yeah,
the Outsiders.
Which makes no sense because the reason they're calling themselves the Outsiders is because Paige and Tony Storm was from WWE, so it's like they're trying to pull that gimmick in, even though there are so many other people that came from WWE that's in AEW. You guys aren't the only one.
Yeah, James Del Santos is right. It's Outcasts, not Outsiders, right?
Oh, Outcasts. Oh, I'm sorry. Same difference. Jesus. Whatever. The name.
because they would get sued if they'd used Outsiders.
Yeah.
What?
That's property of WWE now.
Well, either way, the name is stupid. I don't care for it. I mean, the faction's fine, but like the name is stupid. Outcast, like really, and no, they're green. Oh, that's their color. They're green.
Hell yeah.
And
I
they
love green.
spray paint people with green shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So here's what I'm confused with, because you said that the TBS title is more prestigious.
Yes.
Based on what? Just because you defend the title a lot of times doesn't make it more prestigious. Prestige is bestowed upon a title based on who you defended against and who's holding it, right?
Okay.
Like the 24/7 title was defended a lot, but it doesn't make it prestigious. It was a shit title held by shit wrestlers, right?
Okay, if you're talking about people that they defend against, who has Jamie Hayter defended her title against?
I don't know who she is.
Riho.
I don't know who either one of those people are.
Exactly. It's freaking.
Well, I don't watch wrestling, so or I haven't watched wrestling in a while. So
my opinion still stands because because Jamie Hayter, I don't remember the last person she defended against other than Riho that was actually like legit, you know. I even forgot who she beat to become the
Tony's looking up.
world champion.
well, she defeated Jamie Hayter defeated Tony Storm, right?
Oh, okay. And then who did?
Because Storm had an interim reign or some shit. Because Thunder Rosa had it, then she vacated it.
Yeah, what is this interim shit as well that they're pulling? I'd heard they'd done this with CM Punk when he got hurt and he was the world champion and somebody else became interim world champion.
Yeah, it was John Moxley.
You fucking strip him of the title if you can't defend it.
Yeah.
I
mean, the title here's the thing though, right? How the fuck the women's championship barely debuted in 2019, right? We've only had, according to Wikipedia, 7 champions, right? Seven different title reigns, plus the little vacated era, right? That's it. There's no time for you to introduce a secondary title. Why the hell did they say, hey, you know what? Let's get another title for the women's division. They need a secondary title.
I think so. This Jade Cargill that holds it at the moment, is she the only champion that's ever held that belt?
Yeah.
DL.
Yep.
Right. So I think they introduced it for her because she would steamroll everybody, including the women's champion, but she's not good enough yet, really, to be world champion. Right.
Yeah. I would.
Well, then always have her come up short. Always, she's chasing the title. She's coming up short due to, experience.
But I think they wanted to put her on a Goldberg-esque undefeated streak. Because I don't think she's been pinned.
No, she's never been pinned.
Is there any? So, in kayfabe, that title is not as prestigious as a world title. You should want to be the world champion, right? Have they given a reason why she hasn't yet challenged for the women's world title?
Well, because she's TBS champion.
Can you not be a dual champion?
She could, but she decides not to.
Well, the second women's champion was a dude, so there's that.
Let's not do that again.
Who was that?
Nyla Rose.
Oh, the trans one, right? Okay, yeah. Okay.
But Jade beat Chris Statlander, Ruby Riott, she beat Taya Valkyrie.
But you're saying these names like that we should be like, oh my god, those are we have no idea who.
Look.
I know
this is not for you. This is for people that watch AEW. They understand what I'm talking about.
Taya Valkyrie's she's a unit, man. She's big.
Yeah, I know her though. She's like the only one I know out of them.
But as far the previous two I was talking about, they are actually like two of the best in the women's division. So that's where I'm saying technically Jade Cargill is a bit more prestigious. It's because she's actually competed against more legit wrestlers than Jamie Hayter. The biggest one she's faced was Hikaru Shida and I guess Riho. If you want to count that, I'm not the biggest fan of Riho, but But yeah, and then on top of that, Jade Cargill having this undefeated streak. Now, whether she earns that or not, that's another story. But like, even so, she's doing.
It's all
more
scripted.
but either way, she's doing more with the title than Jamie Hayter is.
Then like Saunders says, you can't have somebody like going out there and dominating the division, right? And like, oh, but you're only the secondary champion. Then it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I think the only reason they didn't do that is because they at the time Jade wasn't like that good in the ring at the time, so they didn't want to instantly push her to that yet. So they were like, let's give her a secondary championship to see how she does with it. And
it's been like what? How many days? 500 something days, right?
Is she now good enough though?
She's like 55-0. Like, I mean, she's solid.
Then have a challenge for the world title, win it, and drop the TBS.
I mean,
and have her do what Goldberg did, and then carry on the streak that way.
I mean, I thought Taya Valkyrie was going to be it.
Or you could always have Jade fight for the women's world championship, win on like a DQ or a count out. She wins, she keeps her streak alive, and then what's her name gets to walk away with the belt, and
No, but if she wins on a DQ, then she's won, so she should get another title shot.
Yeah, but you could always have some stipulation, right? Like, oh, if you don't win the belt in this match, and now you have a reason why she no longer. Then she can be like, "Well, my title's more prestigious anyway, and I'm gonna make it a better title than yours." Some bullshit, because they obviously don't want her to wear the women's world title, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of nervous to do that. Yes.
So give it a reason. Give it a kayfabe reason why she can't wear it. She challenged it. It's like a one time. You get one chance, and if you came up short, well. Too bad. And they're like, oh, fucking Hater got herself DQ'd on purpose because she couldn't beat Jade. And then you have like the fans are behind Jade, like she deserved it. She should have won. And she was robbed. And like,
so that means they would have to turn Jade a babyface and Hater a heel.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Even though people
love
Jamie Hayter, I don't know if they want to turn her heel yet, though. And I don't think Jade is not over like that for her to turn to a baby face yet. I don't know.
When you screw them over like this, it's easy to turn them. I mean, look at people didn't think that fucking The Rock and Hogan. They were like, oh, there's no way. It's a fucking Hogan's gonna booed. He went in there and instantly he became the fucking face.
I mean, yeah, but that was for one night though.
No, he turned face and stayed face.
I mean, okay, yeah, but The Rock didn't turn heel after that.
Not long after that.
Yeah, he eventually turned heel.
Oh, I mean, okay, like a while after that. But,
I think it was like
it was in the same year. Yeah, it was in the same year.
Same year? Oh man!
Because they booed the shit out of him because the fans were already upset with The Rock and his like part-time schedule coming back and forth. That's why I don't understand why all these other guys are getting passes.
Like, right, who are you talking about that's getting passes?
Like Roman being a part-time wrestler, fucking Brock Lesnar. The whole idea, like,
I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, when The Rock started being a part-time wrestler, like he got booed when he came back from fucking, his first Hollywood excursion, right? They booed his ass because they're like, you fucking just left. You just abandoned the WWE to be an actor. Like they were pissed at him.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like all these other guys, like it's just like the fans just don't give a shit no more. Like, oh, we don't care. We don't actually care about wrestling. So whatever. Like. You want to be an actor? Just go, okay.
Oh wait, you think people are okay with Roman being part timer? Because that's not true at all.
They must not be very vocal about it.
I mean, even if they're like dude, we have spent the past 5 years telling WWE that Roman should not be pushed as hard as he should have, but they didn't listen. So what else could they do?
You were going to get Roman whether you liked it or not.
Exactly. It didn't matter how vocal the wrestling community would be. They still pushed him for 5 WrestleManias in a row.
But what were the buy rates on those WrestleManias?
I don't know.
Obviously, they were good, or else they would have not pushed him, right? If the company started failing,
not all of them.
But in the last few years, him being a heel, he's been red hot though, right?
Well, yeah,
even being part-time.
ever since he was a heel, yeah, sure, it got better. But when they were pushing him as a babyface, like for 5 years, like no, that did not work.
Yeah, but that's the
But
old.
even then, I think the bloodline stuff and the heel stuff is starting to lose a little bit of steam, a little bit. So they do need to freshen things up with that. Like I honestly think Cody should have won it.
What year were they pushing Roman Reigns as a face?
As a face, 2015.
Like 16, yeah, 16,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
He did a few. They tried to have him and Lesnar at Mania a few times, right?
And
each time it got booed out of the building. The only time it was cheered, I think, was when Seth Rollins inserted himself into the title match and won.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. That was.
And the rest of the times he got booed out of the building, and yeah, it looked pretty shitty. It's one of the reasons why I never got back into it. Seeing things like that, I just thought this looks fucking crap. I'm not watching this, and I never got back into it again.
Yeah, and he find Triple H for the WWE Championship, fought Undertaker at WrestleMania. It was the best. Brock Lesnar again, and he lost, and then he won at SummerSlam the same year. I'm like, geez.
I remember seeing one of the Royal Rumbles. It must have been the first Royal Rumble he was in, and he was in the last two. DL, do you remember who won the Royal Rumble before Roman Reigns won it?
So
there was somebody in the match with him, and
Batista,
right? So Batista came back, didn't he? To just like maybe like 3 weeks before or something like that.
Yeah,
and he came back and he won.
Wasn't he getting booed too when he came back?
Yeah, so the crowd were booing him out of the building in that Royal Rumble. I remember seeing this, and the crowd were cheering Roman to win it. Had they just pulled the trigger on it that year and had him win it, I think he would have been okay. But because he got eliminated by Batista, and then the following year he won it, and I think the crowd hated it when he won it the following year because it was so obvious he was going to win it.
Yeah.
But if it had been a bolt out of the blue, like he didn't know he was going to win it, and he was in the last two, and he eliminates Batista, who everybody hates at that point, I think he'd have been all right.
Yeah, they should have called an audible on that for sure.
It was so bad because like at the time, like everybody wanted Daniel Bryan, but WWE didn't want Daniel Bryan, and so they were forcing Batista and Randy Orton down our throats, and then I think the WWE fans like held Raw or SmackDown hostage and was like, look, we want Daniel Bryan, motherfuckers, give it to us.
Daniel Bryan was too small. He should never.
Dude, that was one of the best moments in WrestleMania. Shut your mouth.
No.
Shut your mouth.
The guy went from getting beat, what was it, like in 8 seconds by Sheamus? Sheamus just fucking kicked his head right clean off.
Yeah, he was treated like a bit of a fucking joke. When he turned up, I remember I don't know what it was they were doing. It was like
well, that's because when he came...
Was it NXT? Was it NXT or something? So it was NXT, and he was getting coached by The Miz. And you're like, Daniel Bryan's been in Ring of Honor for fucking years, and you're getting him coached by a guy who doesn't know how to wrestle.
Yeah, then he got fired because he choked out what's his name.
Yeah, for choking somebody out, yeah.
That was like the best moment. They're like, look, the Nexus is here, and he's choking dude out. They kept highlighting it, and they're like, oh, by the way, we fired that guy that we were highlighting, choking dude out. Like,
did he not choke out one of the commentators?
Yeah.
Yeah, he choked out what was it, Michael Cole?
With a mic cord, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Cole, yeah.
They're like, dude, it's only pretend. He's like, no, fuck it. Ah. Wasn't he trained by Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was he?
The American Dragon, Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Was American Dragon Bryan Danielson?
Bryan Danielson, yeah. Yep. And then there was like 1 year. Go back to the Royal Rumble. There was 1 year where like they just did not put Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble, and people were pissed. I'm like, why is Daniel Bryan not in the Royal Rumble?
But again, I keep hearing this. Like I'm always like, oh, people are pissed about it, and then I'm like, yeah, but you guys all still bought the pay-per-view and you watched Raw the following night and the SmackDown, and like you weren't really pissed. You were just a little annoyed, right? Because if you were pissed, the company would have took a hit and they were like, oh shit, we better correct this.
I mean, yes, they used that same power that they did for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Maybe it would have been a different situation, but I don't know. Because I remember, like, I think the last, because I think it was number 30 when number 30 was coming out. Everyone was assuming it was going to be Daniel Bryan because he didn't come in yet. But then when Rey Mysterio came out, like he got booed out of the building. I was like, holy shit!
I wouldn't have came out. They were like, "Hey, you're 30." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Was that not that same year that I'm talking about? Was that not the year that Batista won it?
No, that's WrestleMania 30. That was
Who was he in the main event with then?
Okay, so Brian Batista and Randy Orton was in the main event at WrestleMania 30.
But was that not so? Batista won that Royal Rumble. Was that not the same year that he didn't come out and everybody thought he was gonna?
No.
Are you sure?
No, that's not it, because Batista won that Royal Rumble for WrestleMania 30. That was another year that people were upset that Daniel Bryan didn't win it because they were.
Yeah, but DL, remember, that's what I'm talking about. So that year that Roman Reigns was in the last two with Batista and Batista eliminated him, and then that following WrestleMania, is that not the one Daniel Bryan got inserted in it? I could be wrong.
Well, no, because I think that was the year that he wasn't in it, because at WrestleMania they put him in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, whatever, this like Money in the Bank style ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. They just put him in that as a consolation prize. Was that 32? I think that was 32.
All right. So while you're getting that up, we had Christian Cage. He's out there running his mouth, talking about Arn Anderson, talking about Wardlow. The crowd was all screaming, "Edge is better."
Yeah, that's my city. That's my city, boy. They screamed out Edge was better. I died. I freaking died.
Of course, building up Luchasaurus.
Are they building up Luchasaurus?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they want Wardlow and Luchasaurus.
Okay, then why didn't they just have Wardlow fight Luchasaurus for the title?
Fuck if I know. I don't do the booking. I just
because we know Christian Cage is not going to win. Well, we don't know now because the TNT title gets passed around like a hot potato. But yeah, like Christian don't need that TNT title. Don't need it. But I mean, yeah, that was a really good promo that Christian had.
It was decent. It was decent. I mean, he's always been pretty decent on the mic.
Yeah.
I think part of why the promos I don't like. It's back in the old days, right? You would build up your opponent, right? Because if your opponent was shit, right, then you just beat shit. And so how good are you? I'm the guy that beat shit, right? So back in the old days, you would build it up. Oh, he's fucking great. Finn Balor's the greatest guy. But when I beat him, I'm going to be even greater, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, you suck. You're terrible in the ring. And then you beat him. You're like, what do I care? The guy sucked. You said he sucked, right?
Yeah, they're afraid to do babyface versus babyface.
Well, it's not even babyface. Like, even the heels would be like, yeah, you're real good, but I'm better, right? Because I'm smarter than you, or I'm faster, or I'm stronger.
Well, yeah, it goes back to my point. Like they're afraid to have baby faces put a little edge in their promos, and then they're afraid to have heels have a little respect in their promos. That seems to be an ongoing thing for some reason. I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
I was right. Sorry to derail you again, Tony. Right. Royal Rumble 2014.
Okay.
Batista won by last eliminating Roman Reigns, right?
Okay, yeah.
WrestleMania 30 is the next
pay-per-view.
WrestleMania. Not the next pay-per-view, but the next WrestleMania. And in the main event is a triple threat. Daniel Bryan defeats Batista and Randy Orton by submission. I told you. I knew it. Why am I listening to you? The expert. So I'm right, yeah?
It's calling your expertise into question.
That's what I was
So that Royal Rumble where Batista eliminates Roman Reigns and they were all white hot for Roman Reigns because they didn't want Batista winning.
Yeah.
They should have called an audible there and had Roman win it, and it would probably have lessened the blow. Because Daniel Bryan never came out for that Royal Rumble, that's why everybody was pissed.
Okay, well that still wouldn't have done any favors for Roman because
it would have done him more favors there than it did the following year when he did win it, when he actually won it.
I guess so, but I think that would have been like a temporary pop, I guess.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, but you could have parlayed that into a more. Let's say here's what could have happened, right? Roman Reigns wins, boom, he gets the match, and then he invites Daniel Bryan. He's like, you know what, Daniel, you deserve to be in the Rumble, and I don't know if I could have beat you if you were there, so I'm gonna talk to the management. We're gonna put you in the main event, triple threat match, and then you would still have the same premise, and Daniel Bryan could have still won. But at least Roman would have got that little rub off of Daniel Bryan. Like, he did the good thing. He did the right thing. Then he got screwed.
No, that wouldn't have worked. They should have had him do that. And then they should have just had Roman go shit heel on him. Because it's a triple threat, so there would be no DQs, and he should just beat the shit out of him with a steel chair.
Look, Roman shouldn't even win a Royal Rumble till after WrestleMania 32. Because he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. You should have had
he won the one before it, right? So he won the 2015 Royal Rumble.
Yep, and then oh wait, and then because 32 wasn't that the Royal Rumble where the WWE Championship was on the line, and then Triple H won.
I don't know.
But you know what? You could have had Roman Reigns. He invites Daniel Bryan in, and he could have beat Randy Orton, and then Daniel Bryan gets screwed. Teased that maybe he a little heelish. Hell, you could have had Daniel Bryan lock Randy Orton into a submission, and then fucking Roman Reigns lays on top of him, and the referee gives him the 3 count before he does the little tap.
Yeah, Royal Rumble 2015, Roman Reigns won by last eliminating Rusev. 30-man Royal Rumble match for... Oh, no, it's the World Championship match. Is it the following one then, 2016, was for the title?
You Super J says, some are just born to be either face or heel. Face Kevin Owens is weird.
I think it's fine. I think he's a solid face. I mean, he's better as a heel, yeah, but I like face Kevin Owens.
You Super J says, Tony, inviting a new competitor into your title match is surface thing levels dumb. Yeah, but see?
Yeah.
But again, if you're supposed to be a face, right, you're supposed to be like, I want to beat the best. I want the best competition. I know I'm better. I know that I'm the best wrestler there is. And he deserved it, right? Because I'm a super nice guy. He deserved it, and you invite him in the match. And then when he wins, you're like, hey, I still won, right? All right, take it easy, Bianca.
Hey, Bianca.
All right, so then we had No Holds Barred. Anna, J-A-S. What the hell is J-A-S?
It's J-A-S because she's part of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, the Jobbers.
Yeah.
Versus Julie Hart.
Yeah, this was a solid street fight. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. It was a solid street fight. It was good to see what's her face in this thing. Who what was the other girl that's not Anna Jay? I forget her name. I keep forgetting her name. She's part of the House of Black, but it's good to see her competing, I guess.
Julie Hart?
Yeah, Julia Hart. Yeah. Because she was just the talk piece, one of the talk pieces for the House of Black. So it was cool to see her in the match.
There's way too many factions, by the way.
Is she one of the Hart family? Is she?
Is she what?
No, she's from like Minnesota. That's what I was thinking, and I was like, that name, right? Like if I think they should have changed her name. I know that's her real name and everything, but it's like, could you imagine?
It's spelled the same as well. It's spelled H-A-R-T as well.
Yeah, but like when you come in with that name, either pretend like she's part of the Hart family and like put her in pink or change it. Like, no, because could you imagine if you came in and your name was like Johnny Flair? You're like, is he Ric Flair's son? Is he related to Ric Flair? Like all the Andersons, it's like all the Andersons are fucking related, right? Even though none of them are actually related.
But Arn and Ollie look like they are related, and they're not.
Yeah, I think only the first two were related, right?
I don't know. I think that's a
Gene.
I think the Andersons is a big kayfabe family, innit?
No, I think Gene and Ollie were related.
But most of them that were in the family weren't really family.
No, they get adopted into the family.
But yeah, the women's like street fights seem to be in AEW. They always seem to be brutal for some reason. So I'm like, hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
No, you know what? I was wrong. It was Lars. Who the hell was I? No, I don't think any of them were like. Damn, maybe it was none of them. Fuck.
You Super J saying, is Anna JAS the most improved AEW female? I don't know about that. She's one of the better ones, I think. I don't think her being part of the Jericho Appreciation Society though is doing.
What are you
more.
talking about, you Super J? All the Dudleys are related. Daddy Dudley went on a fucking spree all across the nation. just got every woman pregnant he's seen. They're all related.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Dudley, who's the most Dudleyest Dudley of all the Dudleys.
Wow, that's Dudley.
Yeah. You don't remember that one? Deal?
No.
Yeah, he was supposed to be like the purest Dudley because, like, I guess like Dad Dudley, Father Dudley, whatever the fuck they call him. Like he like slept with like his half cousin or some shit. It was like some weird incest thing.
Oh, okay, great. All right. I wasn't a big fan of the Dudleys anyway. I liked them when they turned a Team 3D. That was better. But
I don't know. The Dudleys named after they're supposed to be a take on the what were they? The Hansons from Slapstick.
yeah, that's why I didn't
Slapshot?
like it. That's why I didn't like it.
Anyway, we had the AEW World Trios Championship match. The Best Friends and Bandito were taking on the House of Black.
This was a random pairing. You're putting Bandito and the Best Friends together after Orange Cassidy beat him the other week. That's kind of strange, but okay. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, the match was cool. The House of Black did their thing. I did not. There was not really any surprises with this at all. Did not expect the Best Friends to win this. But yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to.
Well, you gotta mention that they had house rules, right? House rules, 20-second countouts, disqualifications are enforced, and dealer's choice. And then the match was like over before any of this really became a factor.
Yeah, so that it didn't really matter. so
that's what I'm saying though. But don't announce this shit, right? Like it'd be like, hey, we're gonna have a tables, ladders, and chair match, and then only have one chair show up. Be like, well, there was no ladders or tables in that match. What was the fuck?
Yeah, you're right about that, and it also didn't help that like their opponents weren't really that. The opponents weren't really that great either. Once again, you're putting Bandito and the Best Friends against the House of Black. Like, what's up with your trios division? Like, what's going on right now?
Then we had the big match of the night: Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, Steel Cage.
Man, awesome, just awesome. Brought me back to the first couple years of AEW when Kenny and Moxley had their first feud. Man, this was a great match.
Of course, you know, the Elite, the Blackpool Combat Club. And I'm just like, I don't know half of these people.
Shame. Such a shame.
The crowd was excited though.
Oh yeah, because they actually watch every week. But yeah, man. And then
it felt weird, right? This is one of those matches like, oh, this seems like it should be pay-per-view fucking match. And whenever you put a match like this on a regular thing, I'm always like dusty finish, right? My head always goes, it's gonna be a dusty finish. There's no way there's a clean victory in a match like this on a TV.
Well, there was a dusty finish, right? Didn't Don Callis turn on Omega?
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to watch this. I never watched it, but I read the result of this one and I thought, did he screwdriver him to the head or something like that?
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you see a match like this, there's no way, right? That's why, like, when Goldberg beat Hogan on like Nitro for the world title, it was like, oh my god, that was like they actually fucking did it, right?
Well, that's not necessarily true with AEW because like there are other cage matches where they had a clean finish. So it's like it doesn't have the
No, it's not that. It wasn't the fact that it was a cage match. It was the main event. This big feud between these two guys. There's no way you put the blow off on a fucking TV with the pay-per-view coming up.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, and unless you're like really dumb at fucking booking, unless like you're the world's worst booker, because like we just throw all the money down the toilet because we don't want the big payday at the pay-per-view.
Well, that's the thing because going back to like AEW has so much talent, they could afford to have some feuds end on a weekly, some weekly television. Not all the time, but like they have enough talent to do it. They don't always have to wait to do everything on a pay-per-view. That's
but there's like top tier feuds, and then there's like the lower card feuds. Yeah, you can end those. Well, if you don't have your main event, a feud blow off like fucking weeks before a pay per view.
Well, that's the thing because Moxley and Omega is not the big feud. Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite is the big feud. So they could do this one thing, 1-on-1, Because I'm sure this is they're building up for a blood and guts match between the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club. I'm sure that's what they're building up to.
Is that what they're calling is that what they call the War Games match?
I was just about to ask what the fuck is a blood and guts match?
I think it's War Games.
That's their version of War Games. Yep.
They should do War Games where they stacked. Do you remember when they stacked the cages on top of each other on WCW?
Oh Jesus.
David Arquette.
That was the triple cage. Yeah.
Didn't they call that War Games?
No.
That was, something else.
But they should bring it back anyway. It was fucking great.
They should do the one with Hogan.
David Arquette.
What was the one with Hogan? It was like 3 cages, and he had to like go up in like 3 stages of fear or something.
Oh my god!
Where he had to fight like the Dungeon of Doom and the Horseman.
That was insane. What are y'all doing? Putting cages
somebody had been watching Game of Death.
Yeah.
Put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the top cage.
No, they had, and I shit you not. This is how stupid WCW was. They had a wrestler called the Final Solution as part of that match.
The final solution.
And they brought him out. They're like, "Here he is. We got you. The Final Solution. He's gonna take down Hulkamania." And then like the next week, they're like, that doesn't mean what you think it means. You might want to change it. Like, he's the ultimate solution. And we're gonna pretend like that other name never existed.
The solution.
So,
wow.
If you're not sure what that's a reference to, look up World War II.
And that's that.
Anyway, going from AEW, the next wrestling that was up on TAMP was, of course, WWE SmackDown.
Whoa, you mean we're not going to cover Impact?
No.
Fair enough.
Just like we're not covering NWA. There's some local wrestling that one of my buddies is part of. We can cover that if you want.
I don't know.
All right, we started off, of course, with all the little hoopla from last week, all the little packages. But then we went right into Edge versus AJ Styles versus Rey Mysterio. And we've already spoiled it because we've already talked about how AJ Styles he won this.
Yeah.
It was a decent match. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, pretty good.
But it's so weird to see these 3 guys because it's like you want to think that AJ Styles is young, but he's really not that young.
No, he's in his mid-40s.
And Edge, I remember seeing him retire. Like, my neck is fused. I can't wrestle anymore. And
that was such a sad day.
How the hell did he come back?
I don't know.
He got cleared. He just got cleared by another doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I would imagine, don't they have like insurance policies on these guys? Like if you get paid out, like here's your insurance policy for your career-ending injury, right? And then like 3 years later, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna go wrestle again.
I don't think WWE do that because they're independent contractors.
Yeah, but you can get health insurance for yourself through your own shit.
Yeah, but I think he's probably signed a waiver to say he's not bothered about it. He'll take the risk on his own.
No, but what I'm saying is if you get a insurance policy, right? Let's say you have an insurance policy on yourself, and you say, "Hey, you know what? I'm a baseball player. I want to insure my arm. I'm a pitcher. I'm going to insure my arm." And then you throw your arm out, and you retire, and they pay you out for the remainder of your contract for your injury, your career-ending injury. If you try to go back into wrestling, you have to pay back that money because it's not career-ending. The insurance company's not just going to eat it, and then they're going to reinsure you, because that's what happened with Rick Rude. Remember Rick Rude? Yeah. He had a career-ending injury, and the insurance paid him out. And then he tried to go back into wrestling, and they said, "We'll sue your ass if you step into the ring."
But insurance, do we know that insurance paid out for Edge?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to imagine. No, I'm going to imagine. I thought you were going to say with Rick Rude.
I don't think it did. I don't think he got insurance money.
AJ Styles is 45. Yeah,
mid-40s. Yep.
These guys are all old. I mean, Ray's got to be almost 50, right?
Yeah. He's almost 50.
He is, right?
Yeah.
It's it's funny because remember, like, one of the big things that they made fun of WCW was all their old guys.
He's 48, yeah.
And now the opening match is 3 like fucking 40-year-olds.
Isn't Edge like the same age? Isn't he almost?
Edge is. I think he's about 48 as well.
Yeah.
49.
49.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you made fun of WCW for years and years for having old fucks, and then now we're back to old guys in WWE. But yeah, AJ Styles, he won. I was always an Edge fan back in the day. I love the Rated R Superstar version. Him and Lita.
Yeah.
Nah, I never liked Edge. I liked him as a tag team with Christian. I thought he was good with Christian, but not honest. As singles, I didn't like him.
Look at Bob the Goon pops in. He says, same thing happened with Mr. Perfect that made the insurance company that dealt with WCW to stop insuring wrestlers.
There you go. So he never got a payout then, if that's the case.
Well, they might have worked with another company after that.
I think maybe what it is maybe the WWE saw him good when he had to retire.
Maybe.
And then when he came back, he's obviously just went, I'll sign a waiver to say you don't need to pay out if I get hurt again. And since he's been back, he's been injured about 10 times, hasn't he?
But yeah, how could you not like Edge? I loved Edge because Edge he was a prick. He was like a huge fucking prick when he was the Rated R Superstar. And I'm like, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm the huge fucking prick. So that's why I liked him.
I just didn't like his look as the main eventer. He wasn't big enough. I know he was tall, but he wasn't beefy enough for me.
Yeah, but he wasn't like dominating either,
guys.
right? Yeah, but he wasn't dominating, and he wasn't like, steamrolling people. Going, it was always like he was cheating. He was being like fucking a sneaky scumbag. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Plus, he had Lita with him, and I had a thing for Lita back in the day.
Who didn't? But yeah, it wasn't really about how big Edge was, but yeah, exactly, with him being like sly and cunning and like cheating and all that stuff. Like that was what was really the appeal of Edge. I mean, he can go in the ring, absolutely, but like, yeah, it wasn't mostly about his physical stature.
In the next match, we had Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus versus Austin Theory, and this I thought was kind of shitty. Sheamus again, like because I'm so out of wrestling, I remember when Sheamus was like world title. Now he's like, Every Bobby Lashley too. He was a world title competitor. And I was like,
yeah. Sheamus just had an awesome match with Drew and Gunter at WrestleMania, and then also Austin Theory had like a pretty good match at Backlash with Bobby Lashley and the big guy. I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it's gonna bother me now. Shit.
Which big guy?
The one they just had the match with in Puerto Rico.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed. Yeah, he had a pretty good triple threat match there. I don't know what happened here. I don't know.
But I thought it was stupid, right? So Austin Theory's your U.S. champion.
Yep.
They obviously don't want him to go into the tournament because he's the U.S. champ. They don't want to do the whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. So what they should have did, they should have had either Lashley go over fucking Sheamus or Sheamus go over Lashley. Why the fuck did Austin Theory take the fucking pin?
Because he's a U.S. champion.
No, you should be protecting him. He looks weak. He should go. You should keep him strong. He's the U.S. champ. The U.S. champ always. Again, maybe it's because I'm old school. It's like the U.S. champ was always the secondary title in WCW, right? I don't know how far it's fallen in the pecking order, but champions are supposed to mean something. You're supposed.
This is how you know. I think this is how you know Vince is booking it because he was the smallest guy.
Yeah,
it's probably.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you could have had.
Wait, no, he just had a triple threat match with Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed defending his title at Backlash. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, and he.
How did he win? Did he pin Bronson Reed then? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did Lashley spear Bronson Reed and then he?
It's that type of stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I like Austin Theory. I like his.
I think Theory should have won. I like his interviews. I think he has the most upside out of the three of these guys.
Yeah.
I think they should have had fucking Sheamus bro kick fucking Lashley. Austin Theory steal the fucking win.
And then lose to Styles.
Yeah, he loses style because you know what? He stole the win, and maybe if you wanted a Bobby Lashley Austin Theory things some more. So now Bobby Lashley's pissed, so he cost them the match later in the night. So you're protecting your champion.
You could protect the two big guys plus have him go through to go against the face in the final. That would have made more sense. And it's a guy the same sort of size as him.
Or you would have would have made even more sense. Just have the tournament be all Raw superstars and we wouldn't be in this situation. Thank you very much, Vince.
Oh yeah.
wasn't beefy enough? Is this Vince pretending to be CM Saunders?
Oh boy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, again, it's because back when I watched wrestling, like champions were protected. Champions were supposed to mean something. It meant that guy was good, and he was, Now it just seems like it's just a fucking prop.
I mean, unless you're the undisputed Universal Champion and the Intercontinental Champion, no.
And Bobby Lashley, that guy's got such a fucking raw deal. He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Right. And you would think Vince loves his beefy guys. He's fucking huge. He can wrestle decent.
He was also legit. He was in MMA for a bit as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the best on the mic, but like they put him with.
No, he's prime candidate for a manager. He should have got. They stuck him with at one point. They stuck him with MVP.
Yeah.
They should have kept him with MVP. Had him do all the talking for him.
They were about to have him reform the Hurt Business, but those plans fell through when Vince came back.
Yeah.
Well, because the Hurt Business is in the fucking I was disappointed playing WWE 2K23, right? Mm. You go through the mail thing, and they're like, we're gonna bring back one of the old factions. Two old factions are reforming, right? And I'm going, oh shit, it's gonna be fucking DX and the NWO, or it's gonna be something, right? And they're like, the fucking Hurt Business. I'm like, what?
Why the fuck would they bring back DX or NWO?
Because again, it's a video game, right? And you had Shawn Michaels, you had Triple H in there, and the way they built it up, like this was like two of the biggest factions in the history of the WWE, right? They build up these like. So I was like, oh, for the game, they'll bring back like, the new DX or something, right? Because your character in the game is supposed to be like this hotshot superstar that Vince is really behind, and they call him the Lock, and he's like, they're pushing him to the moon, right? Mm. So I was like, oh, maybe for this, like the storyline is they bring back these. No, one of them is fucking the Hurt Business. I'm like, oh, wow. That's great.
So sorry.
It was just a letdown. Even the whole thing, because they showed in the little trailers and stuff, they showed the WWE in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And people were all jazzed. They're like, oh shit, we get to do like the storyline through the 90s and stuff. And I was like, no, for the women's storyline, there's like one scene where it shows a female wrestler going through the back, and it's supposed to be like your aunt, because you play the first match as your aunt. And she goes through the back, and you see a young John Cena and like a young Randy Orton back there. And that's it. That's like the whole thing. You don't actually ever play in the 90s.
Mm.
Like they really like fucking misled.
How unfortunate.
It was. Because it's a decent game otherwise.
Mm. You know, I haven't trusted WWE games in a long time.
I went all in on this one.
I'm glad it's
Tony
working.
Tony paid about $100 for it.
I did. I
Oh.
went all in.
Wait, what edition did you get?
The big one,
best-
the
the best
most
edition.
expensive one. Yeah.
Is it the Bad Bunny one or the John Cena one?
I forget what the hell it was called, but I mean, you get Bad Bunny. John Cena's already in the game with his. It's the My Legacy's John Cena.
Oh, I know, but you get extra. I thought there was an edition where you get extra content with John Cena. I don't know. Whatever.
No, you can unlock a bunch of John Cena. There's like 14 John Cenas in the game. It's like ridiculous. The best part is you can unlock Super Cena, where he's like invisible, and he has like 100 on his stats.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the stupidest thing, right? So you build your wrestler, right? And you're like, this is going to be your rise, your journey, right? And you're like, design your wrestler, and you spend all your time doing your fucking, the way he looks and all of his clothes and stuff, right? And then you're like, haha, actually, you have to wear these clothes because Vince wants you to be the Lock.
Mm.
And I'm like, why did I spend 20 minutes designing an outfit and you just stuck me in these generic clothes? And it's not open-ended at all. Like WWE 2022, you get to you had to pick if you wanted to go to SmackDown or NXT or Raw, and you run through a bunch of things. This one seemed a lot more like story-driven. Like this is what we want you to do, and you're just gonna do these like 10 things. Yeah. They invent wrestlers that don't exist to like fill in roles. They're like, this guy used to train Triple H, and he has a history with Triple H. He's a guy who used to work in WCW. He's a guy named Tarvish. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So I looked him up, right? And I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't exist. Speculation is that it was supposed to be William Regal, but that he left the company or whatever. And there's another guy that greets you at the very beginning. And I'm like, oh, who's this guy? He's like, yeah, I've been in WWE for 10 years. You know, I'll show you around, rookie. And he's like, he becomes your best friend in the storyline, right? And I was like, oh, who's this guy? He must be somebody because I don't know anybody. I wasn't really watching it. And then I looked it up, and they're like, oh no, this guy was invented for the game. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you inventing? You have a whole roster of people. Why are you inventing people to put in the game? I can't unlock a webcam. 56K. You guys couldn't handle it. It's like the Ark of the Covenant. I'm so beautiful, all your faces would melt off. Anyway, moving on. I think Austin Theory still should have won, but Bobby Lashley took the victory, only to go on later. So then we had Cameron Grimes came out. He was shit talking Baron Corbin, and then he defeated Baron Corbin in it's like 5 seconds. The time it took for him to jump on Baron Corbin, and then the time it took for the referee to count to 3.
Such a shame. I do slightly feel bad for Baron Corbin, but not really.
Why, is he an asshole in real life or something?
Well, no, it's just that whenever he tries to do it's just not getting over with anybody. It's a shame, but I don't know, man. I don't know what else you can do with him at this point.
He's got a wicked finisher and another move that he uses as well. That's really cool. One of them's called End of Days. I don't know whether that's his finisher or his signature move. He does.
Yeah, that's his finisher.
That's his finisher. What's the other one he does? The other move.
What is that? It looks like a black hole slam. What he does. It's
awesome. Whatever it's called, it's awesome. So he does some pretty good moves. But he gets been treated like a bit of a joke, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, like Corbin is actually a really good wrestler, but yeah, it's just like his promo work and his characters are just not connecting. I
remember he had money in the bank. He had money in the bank at one point, and he cashed it in and lost it to Jinder Mahal, right?
Unfortunately.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when you know they've got no faith in you, when you can't even beat the jobber WWE champion.
What are you talking about? Jinder Mahal, speaking of which, showed back up this week on Raw.
Oh boy, he got a faction now.
He does. I actually like them. I think they look pretty impressive.
Yeah, they look legit. Somewhat.
I don't like the name. I'm not really big
Yeah,
on the name.
I don't understand that name.
It's probably means something that it's just going over my head. But Roman Reigns came back. You know, he was out there.
Yay! He's actually on television.
He said, "Hey, you need to apologize to me. You dedicated a match to me, and then you fucking lost. First off, I'm not even a tag team wrestler, so why would you dedicate a tag team match to me, stupid? And then you lost, dummy." And I'm like, oh my god, it's like, really? Like, there's two of you. You could take him. Right? But they just sat there and just like totally fucking cucked.
That's their tribal chief. That's their tribal chief.
He fucks their girlfriends or something. Jesus, these guys were like just sitting there, like, ain't no man. This is what I'm talking about, like how things are just like, there's no way, no man sits there and gets dressed down like that in front of a fucking crowd. But they did, and of course he apologized. He said, "Apologize to me," and they did. They apologized. Jay apologized. I don't know if this is racist, but I really can't tell the difference between Jimmy and Jay until the announcers go, "That's Jay." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well, the twins. It doesn't make it racist.
They are twins.
Are they twins? I didn't know they were. I thought they were just brothers.
Yeah, they're twins.
Do you think these two trying to make amends costs them the tag team title match?
I hope so, because they should not win.
No, they shouldn't win.
No, Sammy and Kevin should.
They should have it for an extended run, I think.
Yeah. I'm already mad about this angle that they're doing. Look, I know they wanna tease the possibility of Roman having 4 belts, but no, that would be the worst idea ever. And then here's another thing: Night of Champions. Every year, this tradition has never changed. Every title will be on the line. This is going to be the first Night of Champions in history that not every championship is going to be defended, because Roman's going to be too busy chasing after the tag team title with Solo Sikoa, which is really dumb. Now you're taking an opportunity from somebody because you're doing this stupid shit. There's so many other angles they could have done other than this. And also, aren't they supposed to be celebrating Roman Reigns' 1000th day as champion, and he doesn't defend his championship?
When was the last time he defended the title?
WrestleMania.
Wasn't it back in the old days? Wasn't there like a 30-day clause, like you had to defend your belt every 30 days?
Yeah, but that got thrown out the window with Lesnar coming in.
Yeah.
Did it?
When Lesnar showed up and became champion, he would defend it every 4 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's the big pay-per-views, which is dumb, absolutely dumb. And it's another reason why it's like they shouldn't be including the SmackDown stars in this World Heavyweight Championship tournament, because that could be time that they could spend figure out who will be the number 1 contender for the Undisputed Championship.
But also, DL, if you're Roman Reigns, do you not want to know why you weren't in that tournament? Would you not want to know why you weren't given a chance to win it?
What do you mean?
Right, so they've selected 6 guys from SmackDown to compete in that tournament.
Yeah, how did they select them?
Why did they not select Roman Reigns, who is the guy with the best win-loss ratio in the whole division? Why did those other 6 guys get a chance at it and he didn't?
Well, because
especially after
a Raw exclusive championship.
Yeah, but they had
Exactly.
SmackDown competitors that selected. So again,
They literally made
he's
the
right.
title. They made the title.
I understand
because
but,
Roman's holding those 2 belts hostage.
Right. But see, Saunders is right, because in the kayfabe of the whole situation, they should have went, well, Roman has the best record. He should 100% be included in the fucking tournament, right?
And in kayfabe, they actually addressed it when they had Paul Heyman come out and say, wouldn't it be good if he held that one as well?
Yeah.
So he's already addressed it as if he could have been in the tournament, but he was never selected for it. And he
See,
never
what would have been good is they could have had him dress down the Usos, right? They still get the title shot, but he dressed them down and said, "You fuck up again, who knows what's gonna happen? Some bullshit, right?"
Sure.
Roman Reigns is in the tournament. He wins, and it's gonna be Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, for the new Raw title, and then that's when fucking Jimmy and Jay turn on him and cost him the new title. The pop would be fucking huge.
I don't know if I would do it there. I mean, that's a decent angle that they could do, but I don't know if I would do that there. If anything, if they what I would do is that, well, first of all, once again, there will not be any SmackDown superstars in this tournament. I would actually have the whole tournament be Raw superstars. And then
that would be the smart thing.
And then since AJ Styles won, I would have him face off against Roman at Night of Champions to defend his Universal Championship. And then if you want to have the Usos interfere, well, actually no, because I don't know if I would drop the titles to AJ then. So I don't know. I wouldn't have them do that thing yet. I think they're still trying to play out this bloodline storyline at least till SummerSlam, if they're going to have Cody fight him at SummerSlam, which apparently we don't know if that's the case now.
But here's the thing: I don't think Cody should win with interference. I think Cody should win clean.
Oh well, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So they should have turned on him, and then now Cody's like, "Well, there's no one to back you up, right? I don't have to worry about anybody. It's just going to be me and you, Roman."
Well, I think they need to get rid of Solo. That's the problem.
Well, that would be what, like, Jimmy and Jay are there to, like, they take out Solo, so then it's just me and you in the ring, whoever's better, right?
I guess so.
Hold on. Jam is right, though. Roman should defend. Back in the old days, they would be like, oh, you hold 2 titles? Well, then you got to fight 2 matches.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Like, because they haven't unified the titles into one belt yet, which they need to. But, yeah, technically you have 2 belts. You should defend both of them. But...
And as far as my opinion on the new LWO, I was very pissed that they changed the logo and made it red, white, and blue.
Yeah, you were more pissed that they made it a Puerto Rican faction.
Yeah, it went from a Mexican faction to a Puerto Rican faction. I'm a little salty about that.
Well, weren't you complaining that the LWO when they started, it's not the real LWO, so they're making their own kind of LWO now?
No, I didn't say that. That was someone else on the panel.
They're also jobbers now.
Yeah.
Big time.
They were always jobbers, though. Eddie was the only one that wasn't a jobber.
It's worse now. I think it's worse.
It was a shame they couldn't keep Carlito. That was such a big pop at Backlash, man. That really would have gave LWO some momentum if they kept Carlito and the other guy.
They should have had Carlito stab fucking John Cena in the showers. I mean, because back in the day, remember when they were feuding, when it was Carlito and John Cena feuding? Didn't they have Carlito's bodyguard stab John Cena supposedly at like a nightclub?
Yeah.
So they could have replayed that angle. Like John Cena, like, "What's up, Carlito? Remember when you stabbed me?" And then like, bam, again, like fucking Carlito stabbed him again.
Wait, kayfabe or shit?
Yeah, kayfabe. Not really. Like,
right. Only Vince could come up with
a
stabbing angle for a Puerto Rican wrestler.
They did. It was fucking. It's funny as hell.
Great. But yeah,
Vince should come up with an angle where a wrestler suffers from CTE and murders his family. Shouldn't he?
Probably. Well, I mean, they had at one point fucking Stone Cold broke into what the hell's his name? Brian Pillman's house, and he got shot.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. Then they hung. Remember when they hung the Big Boss Man from the fucking?
That was when Russo was there, right?
Yeah. Back in the good old days when wrestling meant something.
In fact, come to think of it, maybe it was Russo that came up with the final solution as well.
No, that was before his time.
Was it?
Yeah. That was in like 94 or 5, I want to say. But of course, then we had the women's tag team championship match. Liv Morgan, the hottie, and Raquel Rodriguez. They took on Damage Control.
Okay.
It was a match.
It was a
thing.
match.
It's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
They had Io Sky, what the hell her name is?
Io Sky.
She tried to help didn't work out quite right. And so I guess they're teasing like a Damage Control breakup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're pushing Io. I think probably going to turn her face. I'd say.
Which is good because I think Io deserves better.
Yeah,
They-
she's not. She shouldn't be in a fucking stable. She should be dominating women's division. She's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And then they, the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Elba Fire, Isla Dawn. They were watching from backstage, teasing that.
What are they doing on SmackDown, bruh?
So do we think they're gonna? Because they currently hold the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, right?
Yeah.
Do we think they're gonna merge the two?
They need to.
Are they teasing towards that, although?
I don't know. You never know what
But they've got to, right?
Well, if they merge the two, does that mean that NXT is no longer going to have a women's tag team championship?
Well, it doesn't need one.
I don't think it needs one either, but they have it.
Float between that title should float back and forward between all brands. I think.
Yeah, that's what they need to do if they're going to have a women's tag team title because there's not enough women's tag teams.
There's not enough women's wrestlers.
Exactly, and they're putting in a
good
women's
ones.
tag team
Yeah.
title. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the smart thing to do is unify the belts. But I don't know if they're actually going to do that. It's the same thing of like, why haven't Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair swapped titles yet?
And backstage, we had the Usos getting in the face of the LWO.
Okay.
We had, what's her name? Dakota Kai, whatever. Is that her name? Yeah, Dakota Kai.
yeah.
She was like, oh, my leg hurts.
My leg.
So. And then, of course, we had Pretty Deadly. They were...
I hate them so much.
They were up there with the Brawling Brutes.
God, I hate them.
It was a weird thing. Then, of course, Bianca Belair came out to celebrate. She's the champion.
Yeah.
Giant hair and all.
Raw champion on SmackDown. Yeah.
And then, Asuka came out and was like, hey, I'm Asian. That means I can spit things. And
Oh, damn.
it's called the Mist now. But remember, historically, it's the Asian Mist. And only Asian wrestlers knew the secret of the mysterious Asian Mist. And also, why did she shoot her with blue mist? Are they?
Yeah, they're switching it up.
No, back in the old days, each color had a different thing. It meant a different.
Do you know what blue means?
I think it was like paralyzing people.
What was green?
No, it's for mana.
Green is poison mist. I think blue was supposed to be like paralyzed because black mist is like the deadlies, like the death mist.
Okay.
Red is like supposed to like burn.
Even though low key all these mists do the same.
No, red was for HP, blue is for mana. Green is for poison. What they should do is she should blow that blue mist onto the title belt, turning it blue. Then vice versa the following week, blow some red mist onto the blue title belt, and then they don't have to swap titles.
There you go. Do something.
All right, so green was supposed to be obstruct the vision. Red is supposed to burn your eyes. Black is supposed to blind you for several weeks. Blue sends your opponent to sleep. Yellow paralyzes. And purple causes momentarily distraction and memory loss. Okay.
Dude, low key these
Pink,
mists do
pink
the
turns
same
you gay.
Oh my god.
That turns you into Billy and Chuck.
Low key these mists do the same thing. Like nobody.
They don't do anything. It's not even a real. It's not like again,
Exactly.
It's just kayfabe.
Exactly. Like they don't treat these mists like they do different things. That's what
They did before though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know what happened now. I better see Bianca paralyzed next week.
Just comes out in a wheelchair.
You can spin the face, but you got paralyzed in the legs. That makes perfect sense.
Then of course we had the big Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles match. Of course we spoiled it already because AJ Styles He's going to the big show. That was an all right match. It was.
Yeah,
I think
thought it'd be better.
I thought Lashley should have went over personally.
I mean, yeah, Seth and Bobby would have been a good match, even though I think they've done that so many times. So they're like, let's switch things up a little bit.
But in the switching, that's the problem. They keep going, well, this guy fought this guy, so we got to switch it up. And I go, yeah, but that guy is a world title contender, and the guy you switched it with isn't, right? It's like,
wait, AJ Styles is.
I'm not saying this in this instance. I'm just saying in other instances. It's like Bobby Lashley again. Like you took Bobby Lashley from the top and you put him in the mid card. It's like everybody's a fucking mid carder. It's like nothing. Like we got Roman Reigns, fucking Cody Rhodes, and then a bunch of mid carders. There's no divisions. Because everyone just goes up and down. He's a U.S. champion. He's a fucking jobber. He wins the King of the Ring. Now he's fucking a curtain jerky. I'm like,
what happened to King of the Ring? Why don't they do that no more? That was great.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, probably I don't know. But like they were going to do King and Queen of the Ring in the same night, which I don't know how you could do that because that's going to be a long ass pay-per-view. But since they were going to do it in Saudi Arabia, I don't know how the Queen of the Ring's gonna go very well in Saudi Arabia.
They should do every woman in a burqa, and then like the announcers have no idea who's winning. Like, oh my god, I don't know who that is. Is that Io? I think that's Io Sky. Like then she does her finisher. Yep, that was definitely fucking Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Like who won? It's a mystery. We'll know at the end. And she lifts up her little fucking veil.
What?
Doing a moonsault in a burqa.
Hopefully they'll try King of the Ring.
Think about it. You could have all of them in burqas, and then like some really big one shows up. Like who's this competing? And it's like Bobby Lashley under the burqa.
Dumb.
So they didn't realize it was. They did that. Did you know there's a chess tournament where a dude did that? He dressed up in a burqa.
Wow.
And he was beating all the women at chess. And then when at the end they found out it was a dude and they disqualified him. Because it was a female chess tournament. Anyway, May 13th brings us to AEW Rampage. And what is this, like their Saturday night show? Their
low-key, this is their dark show on cable. That's literally what it is.
Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Well, if it's Sunday Night Heat now, what is it going to be when they bring out this new AEW show?
That's what it's going to continue to be their dark show on cable.
Well, I thought it was going to be pushed even further. Like it makes no sense. Like you have two shows, right? And instead of improving the quality of your second show, you're like, we're going to bring in a third show.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. They should have just made Rampage their
better show.
Yeah, their better show. Yes.
Shotgun. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Shotgun Saturday Night. Shotgun Saturday Night actually started out really strong. They had segments with Sunny. It was like in bed with Sunny on Shotgun Saturday Night.
Yeah,
she would she would interview people from a giant bed set, and then they just stopped.
Also, since they're trying to have Collision on Saturdays, I don't know how that's going to go with everything going on Saturday. Because isn't there a bunch of other sports that air on Saturdays too? So it's like they can't be consistently doing it every week or at the same time period. But
yeah. So the first match of the night was The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass versus Kip Sabian, Butcher and Blade.
Sesame Daddy.
Again, this is like, how does fucking Billy Gunn fall so low that he's on the fucking AEW Shotgun Saturday Night Show, fucking curtain jerky? At least he won, right?
I don't think he's supposed to be active. I think he was there as a coach or something, wasn't he?
He did start out as a manager, but now he's like full on part of the storylines now.
Yeah, because they're like, none of these guys are over. Let's fucking the only guy who has any fucking heat, we're gonna put him in the matches.
Still looks good, man, for his age.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, put him in fucking on the regular show at least.
Well, they are on the regular show, but they also show up on Rampage.
All right, then we had Tony Storm versus Allison Kay. again, it was a match. Tony Storm won.
It's a match, man. Now you want to talk about stars that have fell so hard. Tony Storm, man. Like, what are they doing with Tony Storm? Tony Storm used to be so like big in NXT, and okay, I don't know.
But we had Ruby Soho and Saraya. They attacked Kay, so Tony Storm could get that win. Again, it was a match.
It's a match.
Followed that up with Action Andretti versus Kyle Fletcher. Look at these. These are some fucking wrestling names here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one half of the IWGP Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, more cross promotion with other promotion.
Yeah. But why? It's like, why?
I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're just like they're trying to be. That's probably how they're trying to be the alternative to WWE, being like, because WWE doesn't want to work with other promotions, so we're going to be more inclusive because they don't want to be.
Yeah, but if he's the like, who's the other tag team champ, right? And why is he wrestling singles matches?
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Again, maybe this is just my old school way of thinking, right? But in the old versions, in the old school, tag teams were tag teams. They wrestled in tag team matches. Right? Very few and far between did a tag team wrestle in a singles match, and it was only because a guy was injured or they were really like, this guy's really fucking hot, and we're gonna push him as a singles.
Yeah, it's kind of strange when I'm seeing Max Caster of FTR being in a singles match when you're in a tag team, but okay. I don't know. I mean, unless you're like the Lucha Brothers, where they're singles and tag team like that. But if
once you put them in the tag team, that's it. You're locked into the tag team.
Well, no, that's not always the case, because there'll be people that start out as singles wrestlers for a while and they're like big as singles wrestlers, but then they turn into a tag team and they're really good as tag team. So I feel like there's a little more leg room with that. If you just started out as a tag team the entire time, I think that would be more weird for them to put them in singles competition.
No, they shouldn't do that. They should start off as a tag team wearing the same gear, and then there should be a point in time where like Shawn Michaels kicks Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window, and then that's when they split. One of them becomes the superstar, and the other one becomes a fucking failure. Fades into obscurity.
Well,
it is funny
that's
because
how tag teams should go.
When Shawn Michaels kicked Marty Jannetty, there were actually people who felt that Marty Jannetty was getting the shot. Like, oh, obviously he's the baby face, right? So he's going to come back. And
you would think that's what happens, but that's not how it went.
Happened. Yeah.
It's weird how that worked.
And they were a tag team for a long time, even before WWF.
Yeah.
So, but then we had what was this? So Kyle Fletcher wins this match. Again, he was the one half of the IWGPA Tag Team Champions, winning singles match. I guess they're trying to build him up as some singles competitor.
But why?
I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan likes him.
Okay.
Then we had the Mogul Embassy versus the Dark Order. Swerve Strickland and Brian Cage. Again, Brian Cage, wasn't he like being pushed as a champion in one of these companies?
I mean,
I think he was an Impact, right? As the world champion.
He was, yeah. And then he came to AEW, and he was this is not even a real championship. I'm sorry, Taz. This is not a real championship.
He was
in Lucha Underground too.
Yeah, that guy's on so much juice, man. He's on so much juice that he's dead in a few years for sure. That guy. I mean, he looks good. He looks big. But
he looks good, but they're
not. He'll be dead. He'll be dead in a few years. I think.
Yeah, it's like he's not that good on the mic. He keeps swapping factions. I don't know.
But either way, we had these guys out there versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds.
And I really want to root for the Dark Order. I really do, but they're just not doing them any favors right now. They're turning it they're jobbers now, which is very unfortunate because I thought after Brody Lee they would actually try to push the Dark Order harder as a legit tag team, a legit faction, but no, they're just back at the same place that they were before Brody Lee came in, which is sad.
Yeah.
Because like they're actually legit wrestlers, especially the short guy with the beard. Shit. Whatever he is, he's actually a really good wrestler too. They're actually pretty good in the ring. It's just like they need to do something else with their gimmick. They're like there's nothing really that appealing about them anymore. Like they just seem to be a joke. I don't know. And like they're teasing. They keep teasing Hangman being affiliated with them, but that never happens. It's just like what are they doing? Is there even a leader to Dark Order anymore? Are they just what are they? What are they? Who's left? There's only 4 of them left.
No idea.
Wasn't there were like 6 or 8 of them?
There was a whole order.
Whole order, exactly. Whole order. Now it's just 4 of them. Like it's a shame. It's a shame. Gotta do something different with them. Really do.
You know, what they did different this time was they lost.
Oh, what's different about that? They've been losing the past few months.
Yeah, but this time, you know, Prince Nana is out there cheating.
Great.
So yeah,
John Silver, thank you. That's the guy I was talking about. The John Silver. John Silver's actually really good in the ring, man. And Evil Uno, okay, yeah, Evil Uno's okay, but he doesn't even have that much of a presence as a leader anymore. Like, I don't know. And they need to bring back Stu full time because ever since Stu left, that's when the Dark Order just really went down. Like,
you Super J says Cage was a free agent a while back. He must have been super lowballed by Hunter if he went back to TK.
Probably.
Yeah.
Really, like, there's not much you could do with Brian.
Also,
like,
he was the FTW champion.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, he was the FTW champion, and like, that's not a real championship. I'm sorry, it's not.
Is it if it's recognized by the company? It's a real championship, right? Like the $1 Million Championship's a real championship.
So what is that FT?
That was
FTW.
In ECW when Taz he was going for the title, but I think what was it, like Rob Van Dam or someone got hurt, so he didn't want the championship, so he got the Fuck the World Championship.
Right.
And that was like his belt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I never understood that FTW belt. I never did. I don't know why they built that belt up at all. Like it's legit mid card title. Like no. You had Ricky Starks walking around with it. Now you have Hook walking around with it. He's not doing anything with it. Like what?
Because it's their version of the $1 Million title. Remember,
He's
the $1 Million Man
He's Taz's son, legit, right? This guy Hook.
Yeah, that's Taz's son. Yeah. Okay, so I get Hook having it, fine, but like, okay, the $1 Million champ. So it's a prop. That's what it is. It's a prop.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're actually defending the thing like it's the actual title. Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's people that are fans of the FTW championship, but no, not me. No.
Yeah, so Taz was going for the title. Shane Douglas was injured. He refused to face Taz. So Taz was like, well, I'm the real champ, and he created his own belt. It was like an outlaw title. Sort of like how the $1 Million Man was like, well, I'm better than you, and look, I got this title that's worth more money than yours.
Oh, wow. Okay, and just like how Booker T created the Legends Championship in TNA because he didn't have a title either.
Yeah.
So stupid.
But that brings us to the last big wrestling of the week, which was yesterday's Monday Night Raw.
Oh, this was rough. This was rough.
Kick things off with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't know.
Yeah, get ready for your match with Solo and Roman. Yeah.
I would have like at the beginning. I'm like, yeah, okay, these guys are building it up, right? And then by the end of the night, I was like, why? This doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
And we'll get to it, but so they went out there, they did their thing, you know. They're sick of the bloodline. They're shit talking the Judgment Day. They got a little kerfuffle between the two groups. Don't worry, because later on, they're gonna face each other.
The Judgment Day.
Yeah. Then of course, Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz, because everybody wants
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Whatever. Nakamura versus Miz. Shinsuke. I swear to God, these U's have sounds. They make noise. Okay.
The U is silent.
There's no such thing as a silent vowel.
Sure, there is. That's why you have.
He does it with a circle as well.
Yeah. Asuka. Just get rid of the U. Why is the U there?
The U is silent.
But why? Why? Just get rid of it. Just whatever.
The English language doesn't make any sense. Okay.
It's not an English word. It's a Japanese word.
Either way.
It's like taco. Taco's not an English word.
Yeah.
Just adopted it.
How do you spell bologna?
Which kind?
What do you mean, which kind?
Okay.
The meat bologna.
Oh, meat bologna is BOLOGNA.
Does that make any sense to you?
Huh.
No. That is not. There is no G in bologna. There's no A. There's no A. Where'd the knee come from?
But bologna's not an English word though. Bologna's like a French word, isn't it?
Yeah, foreign languages are weird. That's the way.
That's the problem. The problem is English as we know it here in America has adopted words from other languages.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyway, Mr. Nakamura versus The Miz. Nakamura wins. It wasn't a great match.
It's very unfortunate because it's Shinsuke Nakamura. But I don't know.
The Miz, at least he's living his dream, right? I remember seeing him on, The Real World, where he was like wrestling their other castmates. He's like, I'm going to be a WWE superstar one of these days. And they're like, shut up, Mike. You're an idiot. Look at him now.
Look at him. A Grand Slam champion, main event WrestleManias.
Yeah. Still an idiot, though.
Yeah, still an idiot. But again, this is again like you gave him titles, you built him up, and now he's losing.
Snoop Dogg.
In the first fucking match. Yeah. It's like it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yep, he's a jobber now. He's a jobber. I don't know what happened.
And then, of course, backstage, we got the big shocking news. Sorry, the women's tag team championship match was off.
Oh, how sad. How unfortunate.
Liv Morgan has boo-boo. Get well, Miss Morgan. We miss seeing you on TV. So Rodriguez versus Green was made instead.
Okay, so does that mean they're gonna drop the titles because she's injured?
Maybe. Then we had the number one contender for the Intercontinental title Battle Royale. That was won by Mustafa Ali. Really excited.
You gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding.
No. And in the match we had some Alpha Academy Viking Raiders heat. They were fucking with Riddle. For some reason they decided that Ludwig Kaiser and Vinci were gonna trip Reed. Not Reed, Riddle, allowing Reed to eliminate him. Then Ali, he delivered a drop kick because Ricochet was picked up by fucking Reed, and then Mustafa drop kicked him, and they both went over.
Look, whatever it takes to get to to have Gunter beat Honky Tonk Man's record, whatever it takes.
And then that McDonough, he beat the shit out of Ziggler. He was just like slamming his face into the ring steps, like you're a fucking bitch. Like I said, like again, wasn't Ziggler like a big deal at one point?
Yes,
He was world champion at one
former
point.
world champion. Yes,
That's what I thought. I don't want to sound stupid. Also, fucking Gunther, he's terrible on the mic. He needs a fucking. And he's only slightly better than the other idiot, Ludwig fucking Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser. What do you? Okay, well, it's not really about his mic ability. It's about his wrestling ability. He gets to the point. Like he doesn't have to do this long, drawn out promos. He cuts straight to the point. He treats this more as a sport. So yeah, I don't need him to be great on the mic.
He should be great on the mic though. He should be.
Do you know why?
He reminds me of a really, really old school like wrestler, like Bruno Sammartino level like wrestler. So that's why it didn't really bother me that.
Do you know why Ali won that? Why he's getting the shot?
No.
Do you think it's because it's in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah. You know.
Do you think he goes over?
Nah.
No, hell no.
Because they want to. They're building up Gunther. It's just unstoppable. Yes. I think he comes up just short.
Yeah, they're like I said, we need Gunther to beat Honky Tonk Man's record. So whatever it takes, it takes.
But again, Gunther, he doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be this like Dusty Rhodes fucking promo, right? It doesn't have to be a Ric Flair promo. He can do a solid, no nonsense. I'm here to just fucking win type.
That's
thing.
What he's doing.
But he's not because he's dragging it on too long. He's like repeating words, and he doesn't sound confident and authoritative.
What are you talking about?
I just saw the one, okay, and he didn't sound like his fucking balls dropped yet. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, are we watching the same person? Like I don't understand what you're talking about. He's so he has a presence. His balls have dropped. Like what? I don't know what you're talking about, bruh. I don't know what you mean.
You gotta get some bass in that voice.
He does have bass in his voice.
Yeah, I've seen him do promos, and I always remember him being a bit more. I haven't seen the promo that you're talking about from that Raw, but I always remember him being imposing. Maybe his balls got taken off him when he changed his name.
Damn.
Yeah, from Walter
to Gunther. Yeah.
Walter the Gunter.
I don't know. There was just something. It wasn't. Maybe he was just phoning it in that day. I don't know, but it just didn't have the oomph.
I guess. I mean, it is Monday Night Raw, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this Mustafa Ali match. Gunter's gonna squash him.
Oh, he's gonna get chopped to pieces, man.
Yep.
Think so?
Yeah, he'll chop him.
Yeah.
He'll be slapping him all over the chest.
Yep.
He'll
He might have some.
He'll look like sort of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, except on the chest area by the end of that match.
Yep. He might have some offense here and there.
Yeah, let's hope WWE doesn't fucking kill us for 3 minutes.
Kaiser and Vinci look to run roughshod over Monday.
Like they have a good fucking look, except for this guy. I don't know why he seems very light.
Yeah.
There's just something about the way he.
Which guy? The one in the middle?
Yeah. Ludwig Kaiser.
He seems like a fun boy, is what I'm saying.
No, he looks more. No, he's good because he looks like more Nazi than the rest of them. Which is what they're kind of going for, isn't it?
It is what they're going for, but I'm saying like he seems like a little like he likes Gunther more than friends.
Oh my God.
Has Gunther got green hair?
No, that's a sign.
No, this is just
There's a sign right there.
Sign, yeah.
Night Raw.
Gunter
Look
will
at the way he's walking.
Looks like he's got a green mohawk.
Like he's swaying. It's just.
Yeah, he's really pushing on the English gentleman gimmick.
But he's like German, isn't he?
I forgot.
Gunther,
Who? Which
the
one?
ring general, became Intercontinental Champion just 3 months after making his SmackDown.
Whoa.
That's how you make an entrance.
Have we been flagged yet? I love Imperium.
yeah.
Gunther's menacing as fuck. What you talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, which are you talking about?
Kaiser is badass.
Okay, I don't know about that, but
Look, he has the look. Gunther has the look, even the jacket. Like, he doesn't need to say anything. Like, remember back in the old days when Goldberg just wouldn't talk? They'd put a mic in his face and he would just fucking walk away. Just go do his thing.
I mean, no, he doesn't talk. He doesn't need to talk.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like, go get, like, a little, like, fucking a German translator or anything. Just, like, you know, like, just don't have him say anything. Like, be a mystery. Like, he's just fucking, like, he doesn't need his in-ring ability speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen.
See, like that was so, like,
Yeah, I like that shit. I like what Kaiser's doing. Yeah.
I demand all your gratitude for your Intercontinental Champion.
He's closing his eyes, like.
It's great. It's so great.
The Ring
Oh my God! It's the Bolsheviks in 2023. Yeah, he's trying to be Lance Storm. Super J says Vinci can go.
No, Vinci got to stay. I love Vinci.
Hey, look at he's looking at it. He's giving him that fuck you eyes. He's fucking him hard as fuck. Look at that. Look at that look. He's undressing Gunther with his eyes. Like,
oh my God.
Just wearing that Intercontinental title. My ring general. Look at he's even got the arm. I'm not fucking controlling it. He's doing it himself.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah, did you need to?
Look, even that's like he's flicking his arm. I don't know. Vinci can go in the ring, never get rid of Vinci.
Yes.
How could you not love everything about this?
This is magic right here.
Perhaps an introduction is due. For almost a year, I dominated Friday Night SmackDown as the undefeated and longest reigning Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion of the modern era.
So I hate when they add that of the modern era.
Of the modern era.
Just be like longest reigning heavyweight champion.
Well, no, he's not because Honky Tonk Man.
Then just don't say it. Just be like, I've been.
You said
undefeated.
modern era.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate when they add qualifiers and everything. I'm the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of Austrian descent, who's left-handed and has blue eyes. It's like, okay, well, just shut up. Like, don't care. Either you're the longest or you're not the longest, right? Like, I don't want a qualifier on it.
Well, you could, yeah.
But from this day forth, I shall continue my mission here on Monday Night Raw. But understand, no man here at Raw has yet been identified to be the next challenger for my great prize.
He sounds like a fucking college professor. It doesn't sound intimidating.
What college professor have you listened to?
He sounds normal. Like he's not like there's no authority in his voice. There's no like.
There is authority in his voice. What are you talking about?
There's no hard like at the end of his sentences. He's just like, I am the longest reigning champion of the modern era.
That's what I kind of like about it, though, because, like, as I said, he just feels so old school, you know?
But it's not even what's his name. Even fucking Bruno had some oomph. He's a man. He's like, This guy just like.
Well, there
He
are
just seems disinterested. Maybe that's what it is. Like, just like, I'm saying some things.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's no nonsense, no gimmick, whatever. Like, he doesn't need to like hype himself up too much. There are promos though where he does have a little more grit in his voice. So this is not like the best promo he's ever done, but he does have that tone in his voice when he wants to. But like, he doesn't always have to do that.
Well, I'm just saying, again. Remember, I'm new. This is my first. I'm jumping in and.
Yeah.
Or has earned my respect. But just in a few moments, one man can achieve both. Tonight, this battle royal will determine my next challenger for my
See right there, instead of next challenger, he should have said my next victim.
Well, I think he says that because like he still has such respect for like for the wrestling thing. Like he actually treats this like it's a sport. So he tries to like show some level of respect to his opponents. Not fully, but somewhat. Like
show the Steiner math promo from TNA.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Against this champion at the night of champions.
See, like he got hard there at the end, but it was like, really, did you need a oomph on Night of Champions?
Night of Champions. Okay, that was kind of weird. You could have said Night of Champions or both things. Night of Champions.
Somehow we got away with not getting our stream canceled by the WWE, so thank you.
Well, we'll see what happens later, but yeah.
No, we would have been off air already.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Maybe because we were pausing it so many times.
Maybe. Either way, Mustafa Ali.
Last time we got taken off the air about 2 minutes after the video finished. Remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Holy shit!
Like they just cut us. Like
oh, you're done.
All right. Our good friend CM Saunders. He's gonna bow out.
I'm out of time, dude.
Yeah. It happens.
Catch you later, DL. Catch you later, Tony.
All right, see you, man.
See you guys.
Take it easy, Finbar. All right. So then we had Becky Lynch came out. She addressed Trish Stratus. I'm not big on this whole the man gimmick. I'm the man. Like you're a woman. You're not the man.
Yeah, that's some feminist stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but she runs with it.
The man of the masses.
Yeah, that's.
But here's the other thing, right? Like Ric Flair was the man. He always was the top guy for the company, right? She seems like she's fallen down the pecking order. Like she's not in title contention. She's not. So it's like, how are you the man if you're just like down the card? Like you're again mid-card women's wrestler.
I mean, somebody got to be in the mid card sometimes. They can't always be in the world title contention,
Then she's not the man no more. Ric Flair was always. He never fell to the mid card.
Man, I would love for Charlotte Flair to go back to the mid cards, like so bad. Like, please, just go away. But I mean, yeah, she's done everything though. That's the thing. She's done everything. She's won the Raw Women's Championship. She won the SmackDown Women's Championship. She won the NXT title. She won the tag team titles. What else is there for her to do it right now? Time to give the other women some opportunities, I guess. She could do some other feuds on the side. She doesn't always got to be like in title contention. And we've seen Becky and Bianca so many times. I mean, I would be interested in seeing a Becky and Rhea Ripley match for sure, but not necessary.
Either way, she's building it up. And Rhea Ripley did watch fucking Becky Lynch leave.
Mm-hmm. I think they are going to do that in the future, though. I think they are going to do that in the future.
And then we had Xavier Woods versus Dominic Mysterio. And this is the reason why the title of this stream is "We All Need a Mommy." Ric Flair complained about the man being used by Becky Lynch. Yeah, he tried to sue, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
Super J says it's an honor to fight the ring general. He's trying to drive home the prestige of his title.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, he's a solid hand. I don't think he has the flow to his promos yet. Like,
yeah,
when he nails that, like, boom, that like Gunther fucking vibe every time. Right. This was stupid, and again, Dominic Mysterio going over fucking Xavier Woods.
I mean, did you expect Xavier Woods to be Dominic?
I mean, if the world was just, if it was a just place, he would have. Like, what upside is there to Dominic Mysterio? He's not that good in the ring.
I mean, no, he's not that good in the ring, but he's much better than he was when he first started. He's showing improvement. And
but Xavier Woods is good in the ring. It's like, you're really good in the ring. Crowd kind of likes you. You got a good style. We're gonna have you lose the fucking time. Like, what?
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I want Xavier Woods to get his moment because Kofi and Big E got theirs, so I'm waiting for Xavier to get his. No, King of the Ring does not count for you people that are about to say that. It didn't do anything for him. But Dominic, as far as him as a character, like, he's got the most heat out of everyone. Like, so I think
Dominic is Eddie's son.
Oh my gosh.
He did the Three Amigos and the crowd booed. There was
Yep.
that moment.
Yep.
But I'm saying, I think Dominic is in a position where he's getting heat, right? And even if he loses, he's not gonna. There's not going to be anything off of him, right? Because he's hated. People are booing him. If he loses, the crowd will get a little pop. They'll be happy. Xavier Wood would get a little rub, but it wouldn't ruin anything for Mysterio, right? Because he can always go into, like, where he throws a little tantrum, fucking Rhea Ripley consoles him for the loss, and it doesn't diminish him and it doesn't damage his brand.
I guess, but it's just like, as far as, like, what is Xavier doing right now? Like, what is he going to benefit from beating Dominic? As far as, like, momentum, like, Dominic has way more momentum than Xavier Woods does. So it's just like,
Super J says Xavier Woods is sadly just a Black Dolph Ziggler. Jobber to the stars.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's a shame,
Yeah. Well, after the whole Rhea Ripley interference, Xavier Woods teased. He says, "I don't have anyone to watch my back yet." And they really are building these factions. You got Imperium,
Judgment Day,
Bloodline.
Oh.
Now they're teasing, the New Day coming back together.
Thank God.
Are they gonna have a fucking trios title?
Oh my God. I don't even know if I want that. I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I want that. First of all, they need to build up their regular tag teams first before they bring in a trios title.
Yeah. Well, we got Indus Sheer. They debuted, and they're technically a trio, right?
Okay, you got New Day. You got Indus Sheer. Who else? The Judgment Day.
Imperium.
I guess if the Bloodline. I guess I don't know. Maybe it could work. I don't know.
All right. So this was. I don't know if they were, like, really trying to drive home the point that these guys were nobodies, but they're like, we don't even know who the hell these two guys are in the ring facing Indus Sheer. It's like, wow, really drive home the point that these guys don't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got dominated, demolished, squashed by Indus Sheer. I like these two guys. I think that they're solid wrestlers, Veer and Sangha.
Yeah, they're pretty solid.
Right.
Hopefully, maybe they'll give them a match at Night of Champions. So I don't know.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal. He's not bad on the mic. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
So I think there could be some good things on the horizon for these guys.
Hopefully they'll be booked better.
Yeah. Well, I think they're gonna do the whole like where they squash nobodies and then they squash less than nobodies until eventually they're butting heads with like the Viking Raiders or something.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be a match. Then eventually, they're going to give them a tag team title match with KO and Sammy.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, if they do it right, if they build these guys up as this unstoppable force, but if they just did this and then like next week they're like, barely scraping by in a match or losing, and it's like, what was the point of this, right?
Yeah. So.
Then we had Cody Rhodes. He's out there cutting a promo on Brock Lesnar. Still, no idea. Why did Brock Lesnar turn on him?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Rhodes said, "You're in my way. I'm going to whoop your ass. The hunter is becoming the hunted." Then we had Raquel Rodriguez versus Chelsea Green. Of course,
that was a match.
Rodriguez won. But of course, you had after the match, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. They came out, and I was saying earlier, like, what are they doing? Like, I thought Ronda Rousey was supposed to be like this badass, real fucking like competitor, and she's out there slinking around.
Isn't she injured?
I have no idea.
I thought that's what I heard. Which will make sense why she didn't do much in the women's showcase tag team match at WrestleMania. She just went in and got the pin, and that was it. She didn't do anything. So it's like, if she's injured, why is she on Raw? Why are they? Okay,
well, they're building up like they're going after the tag titles because her and Shayna beat the hell out of Rodriguez.
Okay, well, I'm hoping Ronda's cleared, or hopefully she'll be cleared by the time they do this tag team title match. I don't know.
And then we had a nice interview with Seth Rollins. It was decent. This was nothing like the Jim Ross interviews from back in the day.
No.
But,
or even some of the stuff that he was doing in AEW. But, I mean, he's getting the point across, building up to the World Championship match. So, typical stuff.
Yeah. Then we had Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Judgment Day. And this match really made no sense to me because Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, they went over on Zayn and Owens, who are the champions, who are going into Night of Champions to fight Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Why would they lose? Why would you not send them in there with momentum?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. This is where Vince is in the back doing something. But yeah, the Judgment Day. Well, unless they're gonna do like they're gonna make Judgment Day the next contenders for the titles, possibly. But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we had Xavier Woods came out and attacked Dominic Mysterio.
So are they going to do a feud? Is Dominic and Xavier going to do a feud?
Well, they might transition towards a Judgment Day, New Day feud.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Imperium came out for some reason. I guess they're looking to get a shot at the tag titles. They distracted some ref. They put Zayn's foot on the ropes. So they were part of the finish for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
And this makes no sense to me, right? Because why would Imperium help the Judgment Day win a match that would catapult Judgment Day into title contention, right? Because you just beat the tag champions. Obviously, you got to be in title contention now, right?
Hmm.
It's not like this. How does this help Imperium in any way, shape, or form?
It doesn't. It has nothing to do with them, no matter what they do. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they, they're not feuding with the Judgment Day, as far as I know, right? And they're not feuding with Owens and Zayn.
no.
So
I
they
mean,
come out.
they had a tag. Actually, okay. So Sammy and Kevin had a tag team match with Imperium like last week. If you want to connect dots there, I don't know.
I guess that's like again, it's not a feud, right? Just people
Well,
have
actually,
matches.
they did say they wanted tag team title shots, and then Sammy and Kevin gave them a non-title match later on in the night, and then they lost.
Yeah, but see, Super J says Owens and Kevin Owens. I think you mean Zayn and Kevin Owens. We're fucking with Imperium last week. This was the receipt. Yes, but again, if Imperium wants some sort of payback, giving them a win to Judgment Day, right? A tag team win over the champions helps Judgment Day more than it hurts Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, right? Because they don't lose the title, and it's like they can't move down the ranking. They're the fucking champs, right?
Yeah.
If they came out and beat up Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the champs go over by DQ. They piss off Judgment Day because you cost us the match. They got their payback, and now you got that feud going on, right? That makes more sense. You keep the champions going in strong, but also now they're a little bit injured from the sneak attack, so maybe this gives Roman and them an advantage. And it turns them into bigger underdogs than they already are, even though they're the champs. But no, this is just like, they lost. And
Yeah, but okay. Unless they do something like a triple threat tag team match with Imperium, Judgment Day, and Sammy and Kevin, which I don't think they're gonna do that. But
Judgment Day is Raw's hottest faction.
it is.
WWE has never been known as a trios fight. They have no trios title, but they did have a bunch of trios, or at least factions.
I mean, yeah. Like as of late, they've been doing so many trios matches.
Only if they bring back three-man band.
No,
I think they owned that gimmick. It wasn't the best, but they took what they had and ran with it.
they certainly did.
Were you happy with the wrestling this week? Are you excited for next week?
Half of me is excited, and half of me is like, meh.
Yeah, I think AEW is rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's rough to watch AEW.
Well, for me, WWE is rougher. Like I'm still enjoying AEW shows, like for the most part. Like with WWE, it's starting to teeter back to the iffy quality. So I don't know. I still have like interest in what's going on WWE with the certain stuff that was planted before WrestleMania, but just like I don't know, it's just starting to get more iffy now. At least AEW, it's still at least for me, it's still staying consistent in quality for the most part, and there's stuff that they're setting up that I'm actually legit excited about. With WWE, like even with stuff that like they slightly set up, you don't know if they're gonna stick to those plans.
Yeah, I think I'm less jaded on the WWE just because again, I haven't been around for a lot of the oopsies that they've done over the last couple of years, and I recognize more people from WWE, so I'm just like, I know who these guys are, and I know a little bit of their backstories and stuff, more so than AEW. But I'm still in the phase where I'm putting it on and watching it, but kind of watching it while I'm like playing games or doing something else. Like back in the old days, I would turn on wrestling and I'm focused 100% on the wrestling, right? Now it's like 30% focus on wrestling, 70% on what I'm doing somewhere else.
Yeah, I get it. That's kind of how I was with a couple of shows. When Triple H was fully taking over, like I was watching the entire thing. And I still watch AEW. I still watch the entire thing for the most part. There'll be like a couple shows where it's like I don't tune in 100%. Rampage definitely not. That's the one show I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. It feels like house show quality, but you know.
We'll see. Hopefully things pick up and we get some more excitement.
Yeah.
Super J says WWE was so good before WrestleMania. There's always a drop off after. Plus writer strike. Michael Hayes or Jamie Noble isn't the best writer. Apparently, not everything is going to hit. Michael Hayes is writing. Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. I don't know the Jamie Noble. That's yeah, okay. That's the wrestler, right? The ex wrestler Jamie Noble.
Sounds familiar.
Maybe with the writer strike, more wrestlers can find their voice. I think that's the problem. I think WWE, I don't know if AEW is the same way, but it feels overproduced, right? Like you're playing the character you're assigned.
Yeah, WWE definitely feels over produced. AEW has those moments sometimes, but definitely not as bad as WWE.
So I think maybe that's part of the problem with like some of these promos and some of these like it's not you. You didn't come up with the promo. You're not creating the character, owning the character. You're just playing this role. You're handed a script. Okay, well, that's what I'm reading tonight. I could be off base. I could be completely wrong. And the backstage has changed, and it just doesn't seem that way, right? Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe the writer's strike will improve the quality.
I keep forgetting that the writer strike affects wrestling as well because it's a TV show. So I'm like, oh dang it.
Well, it is written.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I'm wondering how that quality is going to be for both.
I wonder how it's going to affect the announcers.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I know Tony Khan is like writing most of the shows, so I don't know if that'll affect that much. But yeah, WWE wise, I'm not sure. Also, with Tony bringing in another show, is he still going to be writing all this stuff? I think he needs help because I don't think he should be writing everything by himself. But
I think he needs help too. Plus, he probably could hire some couple writers.
Yeah,
because he's not all there.
Right.
All right. Well, that was like 3 hours. Wow, I didn't think we were going to go this long.
Oh, just as long as Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and just as boring.
Exactly.
But thank you all for joining us, for tuning in, for keeping us company. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the good times. Hire Vince Russo? Hell no.
No.
Hire Jim Cornette. Bring back Cornette.
Oh, boy.
Camp Cornette makes a return to Monday Night Raw.
Oh.
Maybe that's Tony Khan's big announcement. Guys, I'd like to announce the new AEW booker, Jim Cornette.
I don't know if that will never happen. First of all the small wrestlers will be gone.
Oh, you damn flippity fucks. Get out of here.
All of them will be gone.
All right. Take it easy, everybody. Love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.
Bye.